Come on and sing along. We're going to party, Rambo, fiesta, forever.
Duran Yates, ESPN 710. Not filling in for somebody else's show. We don't have to say anybody else's name. It's just you and me. The Big CY and the Cisco Kid, Duran Yates, as I like to say. We're with you for the next couple of hours. We got a lot to get to. It's going to be a night theme, in case you didn't notice that. Who we got in the building, Beto? Break it down.
Well,
Who's in the room?
All right, so we're here for the next 2 hours.
Correct.
You, CY,
What up?
are here. What is the name of the show, Michael Funches, producer extraordinaire?
Duran and Yates is the name of the
Destination
show.
for LA Sports.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's the destination for LA Sport. Let's get the branding right.
Okay, that's
but
fair.
It's Duran and Yates.
See.
With producer extraordinaire Michael Funches
And
Here we go.
and the one and only DeAndre Hawkins.
What's happening?
What's happening?
rocking a vest today. That's a good
come
look.
on now.
He's going golf vest, which is pretty smooth.
That's
man.
pretty strong.
That is he's very corporate today.
Well, listen, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If you got the branding, you might as well do it. Speaking of, we got a lot to go to tonight. Obviously, baseball is in full swing. The Dodgers, as a result of getting that top seed, have a break, thankfully, so they get to watch a little baseball. The Padres right now are looking like they're doing something against the Bravos. But to start things off,
2-0 in the
two-zap in, I can't even see this far on the television because my eyes are
2-0
awful.
the second. Tatis went yard.
Now, no doubter.
So this is more of a show where we're going to give you a recap of what happened throughout the day. As DeAndre would say, what's happening? Well, what's happening is what's going on.
I got a story to tell first, though, Beto.
Oh, of course you got stories. But let's just get the people what we got. You got to set them up a little bit.
This is your slot, Beto. You're the night guy here.
Yeah.
So I'm following you.
We're just going to let them enjoy. You know, because people all day long, when it starts with Evan Cohen and his crew in the morning. Then
Sure.
you have
Shouts to
Greeny.
Michelle, by the way.
You have Greeny. Then you have Travis and DeMarco, Mason Ireland, Sedano and Cap just happened. So it's a lot of sports talk radio.
Correct.
Right? And you've also been in and out of meetings, child care, figuring out if you're going to fix your surfboard, if you're going to get your kid that e-bike. You're trying to figure
Surfboard.
out. I mean, look where we live, bro. You're,
Yeah, it's
you're
true.
by the beach, right? You got to figure out if you're running the Long Beach Marathon this weekend. You got to, which I'm going to be the announcer for this weekend.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm the.
You do that every year.
Hey, my girl's running the Long Beach Marathon. I'll be over there.
Is she running for real?
I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. The Long Beach Marathon.
Is she
She'll be
running
over
the
there.
marathon or the half?
I believe she's running the whole. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
What are you
awesome.
doing? What are you doing?
I am supporting her.
I was going to say,
Right?
hold on.
All
Okay,
the way.
let's get to this. Have we made any signs yet, and what are they going to say?
I have not made
Okay.
any
All
right,
Hold
let's
on.
do it.
So my-
Hold on. DeAndre, this is a whole thing. We got to have Funchy fix the rundown. We got to have a segment of how we can teach DeAndre to be a supportive
Okay.
marathon.
That's how you do it.
Sounds good.
Got to have a
Alrighty.
sign, got to have a chant, and got to have some liquids and snacks that they enjoy that aren't going to make them puke
No, most
after they
important.
pass.
No.
Alright.
You need to have stuff for yourself, my man.
That's true,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
You got to know the setup.
Okay, I got
First
you.
of all, do you have parking?
No, so we had a hotel close by and it's walking
okay.
distance.
Okay,
we
so he knows what he's
Oh,
doing.
she knows what she's doing.
He didn't set any of this up.
did not say any of this. She just said, "Can you be there?" And I was like, "Yes, I got you."
Is it her first marathon?
It is.
All right, we're going to talk about that. Just to let you know. So I'll be the MC at the start and finish line
Nice.
Sunday for the Long Beach full and half. And it's also, DeAndre, it's going to be super hot, so it's going to start earlier.
Oh, this is a
than
tank top
expected.
situation then.
Oh,
the
yeah, come on.
chesticles might be out.
I'm bringing the guns out.
We'll just let you know the marathon is now going to start at 5:30 because of the heat. So you don't have to be there in the beginning, bro. Don't worry about that. But we'll talk about that later. Funch, get a segment. We're going to teach people what's going on. So it's a recap of what happens
Nice.
throughout the day here. Because now you're probably driving home and you're wondering, what the heck? Sedano and Cap used to be on till 7, entertain me. But now it's you and I, and we get a little chance to decompress. But all right, because a lot happened today.
Correct.
Especially in baseball, in playoffs. Padres are up 2-0, and we now know what's going on. So many things everywhere. So it's you and I. We want to go full bore, but it's also, let's think about the listener a little bit where they're like, man, do I really want to go inside the house yet and get yelled at? Like, okay, all right, I'm at my kids' practice right now. What am I going to buy them? Are we doing Chick-fil-A? Going to be kind of healthy.
Maybe Del Taco.
Maybe Del Taco for the kids. So there's a lot of things going on. So we're here for the people.
Got it.
Here
Got
for
it.
the people.
Well, that means that, I mean, are you going to tease what we want to do in the next hour? Do you want to tell them so they can get their calls ready, if you will? Do we
okay.
want to do that?
So, Funch, you know how much I love calls on Lakers talk.
Yeah.
Because it's fun, because you're coming after a game where you're just so fired up and you want to hate me, you want to love me, you want to disagree, all that good stuff. And Lakers preseason starts on Friday, so we'll
Correct.
get going. Now, I'm not a big fan of calls on Sports Talk Radio throughout the day because now we have that thing called Twitter or X where you can just pop off all you want. You can go in the YouTube chat. Shout out Dead Meow, who's popping off and
Love
just
Dead Meow.
complaining about everybody, right? But something about old school callers at night I like, because you're passionate about the station, you're passionate about your sports, and at the end of the day, you just want to wash away what had happened to you, right? Where the day is done, and maybe you don't want to talk to your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend, right? You just want to like complain to somebody. So,
Okay. I like the existential, sort of approach we're taking here.
And Professor Yates is going to be here.
See, I'll be here.
And so this is where, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we should do it. What do you think?
I think we should definitely do it. I think
calls?
the next hour, as in the hour after this, is where we do that. So settle in, eat your tacos,
Yeah.
find something that you want to say, because we are here to listen.
Yeah. So I think, Funch, what we're going to do, and you and DeAndre get creative with this, 7 o'clock.
See.
All right. We're going to, by that time, you've calmed down a little bit. You maybe had a cocktail, a little red wine.
Maybe
or
had something else. Might have taken the elevator to the top floor.
Yeah, you
for all
saw
I know.
Chris Ward at the Green Cross. And you had a good time. We did see him today, by the way. He said hello.
Love that guy.
So, Funch, what we've decided is at 7 o'clock, we're going to let you call in. Let us know what's on your chest. Get it off your chest. You just got to have it. But Sports Talk Radio, what do people do? They trying to ramble a lot. They ask how you're doing. La, la. No. We're tight here.
30 seconds,
we're tight.
dog.
Baseball brought the pitch clock. Boom.
I like that. The pitch clock is only 20 seconds, though.
Yeah, but we're going to give them an extra 10 because it's the end of the day. They've earned it. They've earned
This
it.
isn't the big leagues. It's okay.
You're going to be on. You're going to be on the radio. So we're going to give you 30 seconds just to vent and say whatever you want. Are we still in for sports graffiti? Kind of.
Come on.
But not really, because sports graffiti, their callers, they ramble and they're babbling and you don't even know what they're saying on Mason.
Hi, John. Hi, Steve.
Hi, y'all. Oh, my
Right.
God.
Everyone
What
wants to
happened
kick
here?
it. Yeah.
I've been listening for 20 years.
Huge fans.
You guys are really the kings of LA. I love you guys.
Go Ramley. No, we want 30 seconds of hardcore, like boom.
Get to it.
Get to it. So that'll be at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So that's what I like.
Okay. Well, then we've got the menu laid out. Prefix, if you will.
Yep.
You can pick from your choices. It's all going to cost the same price, which is free. That's the cost of listening to us. Now, that said, you talked
let me
about the
go.
beach.
Where you been, bro?
You talked about the beach earlier.
I miss you.
Thank you. I miss you too. Your arm looks quickly. Well, can you read what your actual cast says? It has an interesting name.
It says Ultra Sling.
Ultra Sling.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Did you pay extra for the Ultra or no?
So it turns out somebody on ESPN today on one of the gambling shows had the sling on also. He had the same exact thing.
Is that right?
I ran into my boy Ron the Caddy, the degenerate.
Yeah.
We went to have lunch this afternoon, and he's like, "Hey, that guy's just like you. He doesn't have an arm." And I'm like, "Shut up, Ron." Like, which is another story. So I had a torn labrum, my left shoulder. So Dr. Navarro at Kaiser in Harbor City, great dude, one of the few Latino orthopedists in the country, took care of me. He's done my knee. He's done my other shoulder 20 years ago. So he gave me this sling. So I posted yesterday at Lakers Media Day, had surgery, Dr. Navarro, and he goes and tags the company. Oh, and that Ultra Sling, and all of a sudden, I guess Ultra Sling is the thing to get. I guess I have good insurance because I got the good stuff. Oh,
I noticed it immediately. I was like, that's a good-looking sling, and that's a cool name on it, so good job with that. Now, where have I been? I'll tell you where I was most recently. I was around the corner from my house in Venice Beach. For those of you who listen to this station regularly, you know that I live on the west side. You know that's where I'm at. Now, Red Bull had their Red Bull Cypher, as it's known, for breakdancing.
Okay.
The national
The real
championship.
breakdancers, not the Olympic ones.
Bingo, bango, that will come up in a second. The national championship for Red Bull breakdancers happened on Saturday. Do you know who opened the proceedings? That would be one Reggie Noble, a.k.a. Redman, my favorite rapper of all time and has been since I was a kid. I was lucky enough.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Redman is opening up a breakdancing competition in Venice Beach, and you're there.
Correct. With Red Bull.
Love
now,
this.
why does this come together
Love this.
very nicely?
Love this.
Because as we know, Redman is a hip-hop connoisseur and a defender of the culture. So I sat down and talked with him for a column that's coming out later this week. And the first thing I asked him was, hey, buddy, did you watch the Olympics? He goes, oh, man, why'd you have to ask me about that? And he then proceeded to get into a whole story about his history with breakdancing and how it relates to his love for hip-hop. And what he said was, he goes, look, man, I happened to turn into a rapper. But growing up in Newark, New Jersey, everybody broke dance. That's what you did. He said at all these stupid high school talent shows or whatever, that's what I was doing. So he still considers it very close to his heart as an art form and as, for lack of a better term, a sport. And what him and shouts to DJ Babu, by the way, of the Beat Junkies. If you're not familiar with him,
Oh, the
look
Beat
him up.
Junkies.
Babu was in the building as well.
Okay.
So I talked to Babu, talked to Red, and we just discussed how we feel about the hip hop game right now and how the Olympics made them feel. And they were both like, you know what, man? They're not going to blame old girl who did all those goofy dances and then ended up skating on a lot of stuff, didn't get no points, but kind of embarrassed the culture. They said, I'm not mad at her, but I'm mad at the fact that we never got it together to make this event better than it should be. Now, here's the thing. That thing was in Paris, all right? Now, okay, they figured it out for that, but as soon as I walked down Windward Avenue, I said, man, they should have kept this thing till L.A., put it in the Olympics in L.A., and it should have been right here when it happened. That was obvious. B-boys, B-girls, families, DJs, all sorts of people were out there. If you've ever been to a breakdancing performance, you know that people do it in the crowd as well.
Dude.
The culture was off the charts, Beto.
It's funny you say that.
It was great.
So I worked a fight a week ago, a week after surgery at Thunder Studios in Long Beach. They tell me, get here early, right? I'm like, why? They're like, there's a breakdancing competition with little kids going on in the back. So you have all the parents there. So mind you, you walk in one side, you have the boxing world. The other side is the B-boy world with kids. But there was a lot of uppity kids participating in it. You have some hood kids. Cause you just know what
you
it
can
is.
tell.
Yeah, it is. Sponsored by Vans.
Okay.
And I was like, what is going on? But I saw a little bit because on the backside, kids, fantastic.
The culture is
Culture's
growing in so many ways. And I got to tell you, man, being able to talk to a rapper of that age, we lose so many. We lose so many guys through health, through violence, quite frankly, or through whatever else. To see Red in full form as a human being, talking about the culture, excited to be there. It was really kind of a full circle moment for me as a rap fan, never mind as a Redman fan. So check me out on IG, at Clinton Yates. Get a nice little picture with Funk Dr. Spot, as he's known. It was a really cool Saturday, Beto. I loved it.
3-0 Padres in the fourth.
Oh, wow.
And the Brave starter is out.
Oof. Okay.
Dodgers get the winner, right?
I think that's the case. I mean, listen, you know what? Why don't we talk about that on the other side?
Woo!
Deal? All right?
Do it.
Duran Yates, ESPN 710, the LA Sports Experience.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully.
Hey football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
.47 2000. The team at Normand Legal is ready to help you and achieve the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Joseph at 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. You have many choices in a legal team, but family always comes first.
Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000, the law office of Joseph S. Normand.
Enter for a chance to win the ultimate winery experience at Francis Ford Coppola Winery. With airfare for 2, a 2-night hotel stay and a winery tour. Enter at ESPNLA.com. Must be 21 and a California resident. Prize awarded as a gift card. Francis Ford Coppola Winery, Geyserville, Sonoma County, California. Enjoy responsibly.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up this fall because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember, you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan, let me rock Chaka Khan.
Oh, move the shoulder, see why.
I don't even dance like this.
But you got you for this one.
Destination for LA sports. Duran Yates. Everybody's doing kind of a chicken wing bit here. Punchy, what's this song? Tell the people.
Shaka Khan, I Feel For You. 40 years ago today it came out.
No way.
Nice. Solid anniversary.
You know this one.
And if you saw the video too, it has Turbo and Shabadoo from the Breaking movies.
Well played, sir. Bringing it all back together.
Never thought you'd hear Redman and Shaka Khan open up a show.
You mentioned the Dodgers. They are facing off against the winner of the Braves-Padres series.
Yes, sir.
Right now, the Padres are up 3-0, looking real good, blanking the Braves, and their starter is out of the game. Now,
so the Dodgers take on the winner, and the game times have been announced for Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
5 o'clock starts for Game 1 and Game 2 at Dodger Stadium. So,
how do we feel about it? Who would you rather have?
Oh, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Old-time sports talk
it's
radio?
real. No, well, the
Who
reason,
do you want to face?
Let me break it
Is that
down.
how you guys do it on the horn?
No, that's not how we. We ask very different questions on the horn, but it's same difference. The reason why I ask is the obvious reason, because we know what happened last year. And there's just no way around that. I know the Dodger fans try to act like they're too cool for school and sort of above a conversation. It's not about rivalries anymore. That does not matter, in my opinion.
Players don't care. Ask Mookie and Tatis.
None of these guys care. But it does matter to fans,
Absolutely.
and it does matter to franchises. Now, they asked us to make our official picks for ESPN.com, and I picked the Pods over the Dodgers. Now,
damn you.
That's not because I'm some weird hater, but because I still am not convinced that the pitching situation is going to hold up the way that it needs to, number one. Number two, I'm reading a lot of things about what the Dodgers are going to try to do during this break, because let's not forget, last year, everybody kind of admitted that break really affected them. They went almost 0 for everything in that first 3 slots of the lineup. They couldn't hit the ball. Mookie went.
But they could have been like that, too, if they were playing every day.
Exactly.
It's baseball.
You
Come on
don't
now.
know what it matters, but the question becomes, quite obviously, how much of a factor, Beto, do you think Ohtani being involved in this series legitimately changes the Dodgers' chances in terms of beating the Padres?
Everything. Because Ohtani, this dude is a freak. He's different. There was a good story today on the LA Times about how Ohtani is treating his teammates. So the simple question was, what kind of teammate is he? And just everybody talking about how he's opened up a lot, how he has a great relationship with Teoscar, how he's involved with everything. He knows what's going on, which we kind of knew that from the Angels, but nobody's covering the Angels on a beat like that. The Times doesn't even have an Angels beat writer, right?
Right.
So nobody's really paying attention to him down there. So the thing about this, though, when you look at Ohtani, what he's going to do, he's going to do what he does, which is he mashes.
Okay.
He gets after it. And this is a dude who's been a phenom since he was a teenager. He knew that he was going to be the best player in Japan. He knew that eventually he was going to come to the United States. That's why he took the club-friendly contract to go to Anaheim before he could be posted for a bunch of money, because he wanted to go and test himself against the big deal. When he got to the major leagues, first year in Anaheim, was like, is this guy going to be able to adjust to major league pitching, because it's different. It took him a while, a couple months, and then he went there. This year he started off slow, and he got after it, right? The National League, everything else. So he's doing what he's always doing. I like the fact that the Dodgers have that break because they're hobbling to the playoffs.
Okay.
Freddie Freeman needs to get healthy for you. So you have a couple days for him to heal, right? He got hurt right towards the end of the season. You have a bullpen that has been taxed because your starting pitching isn't as strong as other teams, or it's not as strong as it's been in the past. So you want to get these guys as much rest, because you're going to have to do what the Tigers are doing now, where you have one dude and then you're going openers and you're going bullpen games, and you're going to have starting pitchers for the Dodgers going 4 strong, and then, hey, what do we got? Do we have to go bullpen, or can we go for one more? That now I see why you would go with the Padres, because the Padres have the better starting pitcher,
right,
with Musgrove. Even though he scuffled at times, that you still have the dudes that can go and get the job done. The Dodgers, nobody in the starting rotation scares you. Flaherty, you look at him, you're like, okay, let's go. He's going to battle with you. He could be Flaherty. Okay, we give him game 1. He's going to be our starter. He's going to give us 6-7. Boom. After that, what do you got?
I don't like this. I don't like the opener plan. Not because I think it's a bad plan. I just don't think that against a team like the Padres, who I would contend are a better baseball team than they were last year when they beat this Dodger squad in the playoffs, I don't love the idea of coming into a series with somewhat of a compromised staff. Now, I understand it's strategy, and you're not going to blow out arms just for the sake of saying, oh, look, some guy went 6 innings. That's not what the Dodgers do anyway. But I think the pressure is massive here. I really honestly believe.
On who?
The Dodgers.
Nah.
Hugely. Come on.
Here's why.
You're trying to tell me that Shohei comes to this team. They pay him $8 billion of money. Every single thing we see all over Dodger Stadium is Ohtani this, Ohtani that. He goes 50-50.
Yeah.
Beto.
55.
You're trying to tell me that they can lay an egg, so to speak, against the Padres?
No.
That can't happen, brother.
No. This team needs to get to the World Series.
Correct.
And at the World Series, you got anything can happen. I'm not. If they don't win, I'm okay. I'm not.
I'll give you that.
Smashing the bobblehead because they didn't win the World Series. But you have to get there because that's the expectation for Dodger fans right now. Not because they're entitled. The last couple of years, I've always been the one to take the dig as a Dodger fans because okay, you guys are entitled. You feel like you're gonna get there. But this year, they've had a battle. They've lost starting pitching.
Yeah,
right?
they just aren't as good.
Yamamoto, you don't know what you're gonna get. Glasnow. He became what he became because that's what he's done, where he gets a lot of innings, and then all of a sudden you have to shut him down, right? You got the big contract. But this Dodger team looks like they will compete. They will be there, but it's not going to be easy. Get through this round, best of 3. The reason I don't want to say bullish, but I'm confident in them is because of the way that they pushed the Padres back last week when they came to Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
If they had lost 2 of 3 there, then I'd be like, coin flip. But they kind of did you know what? If you come into this series and we get swept, we're tied. We might become a wild card team. What did the Dodgers do? Ohtani went off, pushed him back. Mookie showed up, right? Pushed him back. It's, Padres, you're surging, but remember, you're not us.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Tell me, you know this with baseball guys. That plays in their mind.
I get it, but
that
they
plays
also
in their mind.
lost to them last year. That still is what happened. Different team. But how different? How different?
You have a completely different pitching staff. You have a completely different lineup. Now,
you don't have a completely different lineup for the Dodgers.
Yeah, you do because you have Ohtani.
Okay. You have an extra guy that adds more, but I don't think they're completely different.
Okay,
you still got Will Smith.
Ohtani,
You're still dealing with guys like, I don't know, Chris Taylor, who might be around. You still got at the lower end of the lineup, you still got guys that aren't necessarily lighting the world on fire for me. Now, I think, here's what I'm going to say.
Are they a favorite for me to go World Series? No, I'm still big on the Phillies.
Here's what I'm going to say. If the Dodgers were to face the Pods in a series other than the first series they played, and therefore the Dodgers got through one series before them, I would have a lot more confidence in them. I think there is something to, this sets up just like last year. It is a legitimate revenge match, to which I can understand when you would say, okay, well, if the Dodgers know it's a revenge match, they're not going to come out and let that happen twice. Okay, but then again, I think this Padres team is better than they were last year.
No, they're really good. They are really, really good. I always tell Miss Molly, our Padres, right? Just messing around. Or BC, hey, our Padres, right? And Captain, our Padres, they are really, really good. You give them credit. But I'm just not sold on the Padres because they always do something to just kind of falter, don't they?
Yeah, but
they always do something. There's always a but with the Padres.
Again, but that happened last year after they eliminated the Blue.
And then what happened? That was their World Series. It just seemed like the Padres were so happy just beating the Dodgers that they forget about the rest of it.
Yeah, but that's a different discussion.
Again, that's the separate San Diego being envious of LA.
Sure.
Because it's like you beat them, like Raider fans. We beat you. Well, you're still 4-12.
But you just said that doesn't matter to the players on the field. And
it's for the fans.
Right.
The players don't care about this.
No, not at all.
The players don't even know what city they're in. They're worried about where their check is
at. They don't know what day of the week it is.
Absolutely.
A literal thing.
They don't know, and they just worry about where their check is at, where they're going to move on to. That's what the players, like the civic pride, that doesn't matter to these dudes. And mind you, it's all sports. It's in Manchester United down to the LA Kings.
Here's what I'm going to say, though. I need the Dodgers to play well.
Oh, yes, we all do.
I mean from
I don't want to talk about preseason.
I mean from a baseball fan standpoint. It was the loss is one thing last year to the Pods. The baseball they played was awful. Those were bad baseball games to watch. They were bad baseball games to be at. And I just felt like there was a listlessness that, if nothing else, that has to change. You can lose a series. You can lose games. But it cannot look like what it looked like last year, that to me was a major letdown. And I think if you believe, Beto, that the break in this case probably helps them more than it did last year, at the very least they're prepared for it.
Yeah.
Whereas last year it felt like they were kind of spinning their wheels and didn't know what to do with that time. I feel like Doc and Dave have to be more prepared.
Yeah, the computers are going to figure something out.
Oh, God.
Because the sleep analysis, the body composition of what you have to do for these kind of guys. So game 1, Saturday at 5:38. Game 2, Sunday at 5:03.
You'd rather the Padres is what you're getting at?
No, I'd rather none of them.
Well, right, but you got to play somebody.
If I had to pick one, I'd rather the Padres because I know in the back of my mind I can tell you, no, we beat them. We pushed them away. It's the mind game for them.
Okay.
That's all it is. It's because at the end of the day, whoever you get in the playoffs, it doesn't matter because dudes are going to be throwing 100 and they're going to be coming after you.
I don't know. Chris Sale's down for the Bravos. Yeah. They barely scratched in against the Mets.
What are the Braves
I
always
think I
do?
would rather play against Atlanta, quite frankly.
Those gutty teams always find a way.
They won a World Series with the least amount of wins in the playoffs 3 years ago.
Those gutty, and for some reason, the Braves against the Dodgers. Again, I'm not going on anything on paper, no stats, no computer, no analytics. It's just the mind game. Because what happens? A Tatis or a Machado sees a Dodger and it's like, oh, we need to beat him, but we lost to him last week.
Bro, Tatis is hot in the Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
He plays well there.
Yeah, and it's
his dad did too.
Yeah. Oh, one game. Come on. One game.
It's only one of the most historic games in baseball history.
And then what do you do after that?
I'm saying Junior plays well at Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, why am I confident? I don't know.
Okay.
This is no rhyme or reason.
Right.
It's not because I've been watching the Blue Review with Greg Bergman every day at 8:30. It's not because of that. It's just
shouts to Greg, by the way.
I just have a feeling, and it's stupid. Maybe because I gained some weight during their surgery or something. The gut's a little bigger because I can't move. But it's just the Padres get so worked up to play against a Dodger team that maybe the pressure is going to be on them too much where they get a little too tight. And then what do you want to see? You want to see Flaherty just shove on the first game and push them back.
That's critical. Game 1 is more critical than I think it's been in a long time. And
now, if they lose game 1, I'm coming back. I'm like, dude, I told you the Padres.
Well, here's the thing about Jay Flay. Jay Flay
Stud.
has popped around the league for a little bit. He's been injury prone. I don't want to say injury prone, but it's been tough for him to find 20 starts a season over the last 5 seasons.
Yep.
Between being traded or being hurt, it's been very difficult for him. If they can win game 1, that bears very well for them. If Jay Flay can't get through that,
what team was he on?
He was on the Tigers.
Yeah. And the Tigers, that's a crazy story.
It's a completely crazy story.
They trade a stud.
Yeah.
And they still get into the playoffs.
They've got Screwball, man. That guy, he's got the Triple Crown for pitchers. He's winning the Cy Young.
And then they win today 3-1. So the Tigers beat the Astros 3-1, which is always good for Dodger fans.
The Astros, who, by the way, Jason Hayward plays for now.
Yeah, and Hayward made the last out. And
correct.
What a shocker that he...
Hard hit ball. I mean, to be fair, you saw that.
You knew that was coming.
I thought that was down. I thought that was over the first baseman's head for runs. It was bases loaded. I thought he was going to clear.
You know
the
what
bag.
I thought was going to happen? As much as we love Jay Hay, I thought he was going to roll it over to second baseman.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Royals beat the Orioles 1-0 in that game. But that kid, the pitcher for the Tigers,
Scooble,
Tarek, right? That's his first name.
Yeah.
Do you know where he's from?
Isn't he? No, wait.
He's not a local guy.
Where is he from?
Okay.
I feel like I should know this.
No, you're not going to know this one. Right?
I think I do know this, but go ahead. Remind me.
Southern California people are going to know this. DeAndre, you'll know this. You ever been to Lake Havasu?
No.
Right? All right. So Kingman, Arizona is a tiny town when you go to Laughlin, Lake Havasu, that way. So it's like probably 30, 40 minutes away from there. That's where the dude is from.
Huh.
It's like 30,000 people there, right? So it's where, when you're driving on the 10 and you see a bunch of people on Memorial Day, Labor Day, they're taking their boats out that way. Kingman is one of those little cities out that way where you're like, oh, man, out that way, right? He played at Seattle University.
Yeah, that's what I was, that was in my mind, right.
Yeah, only one deal.
Home of the Red Hawks, by the way.
Yeah, good school. So, nobody from Kingman, Arizona is getting recruited. So, you only had one offer. Now, this dude won the Triple Crown of pitching this year. And the Tigers trade Flaherty thinking we're done, and then they get to the play. That's why baseball is beautiful and crazy and mind-numbing with some of the stupid things that happen.
AJ's done a great job as the skipper of that team. So, Dodgers Saturday and Sunday, 5:38 and 5:03, or both are at 5:30?
5:38 Saturday, 5:03 on Sunday. Are you going to be out there?
I'm not going to be out there this weekend. I actually have a speaking engagement this weekend, but I'll be jumping back to the playoffs next week. We can talk a little bit about that.
Are we getting paid for that?
Yeah, of course. Come on, son. Think I'm going to Iowa for free? I mean, I love Iowa, so to speak.
Is this heaven?
But no, it's Iowa. But yeah. Anyway, your destination for LA sports. Beto Duran, Clinton Yates. This is ESPN 710 Los Angeles.
BMO Stadium is the place to be tomorrow night.
Olivier Giroud has scored! It's 1-0!
LAFC are playoff bound, but first must finish the final 4 games of the regular season. Hawanga, Giroud, Lloris, and the Black and Gold welcome St. Louis City SC to downtown LA. Pre-game coverage begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
Join Mason and Ireland tomorrow, October 2nd, from noon to 3 at the Ralphs on Hawthorne Boulevard in Redondo Beach. Come see Laker legend James Worthy for a meet and greet and enter ESPN LA's Ultimate Winery Sweepstakes for a wine country experience at Francis Ford Coppola Winery.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino. LA's premier card room now open 24/7. Tune in all this week to Travis and DeMarco to win the ultimate game day prize pack from Hollywood Park Casino. That includes this Sunday's tailgate party passes to HPC and game day tickets at SoFi. Listen for your cue to call 877-710-ESPN and don't miss your chance to win the ultimate game day prize pack. Tailgate passes to HPC and game tickets to SoFi, Hollywood Park Casino. Park, party, and play. Must be 21 and older to enter.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
Jay-Z walked by and said what's up.
So that's not an actual
But I had to
conversation.
step way to the side, though.
Why? Because you had to get out of the way for him because he demands so much space?
I'm not over it. I'm just not over it. I'm still jealous.
Well, because of Beyonce?
Oh, yeah.
You
had a shot, right, Marco?
It's Trav and D-Bar.
Back tomorrow morning after Greeny on LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Football fans, now is your chance to experience NFL Los Angeles. As part of your SoFi Stadium tour, get an exclusive tour of the NFL's West Coast headquarters, located just across SoFi Stadium. Get a sneak peek into the hub that is home to your favorite NFL studios and brings news and entertainment to millions of football fans around the globe. Make the most of this NFL season with this unforgettable tour experience, complete with exclusive access to the SoFi Stadium field. Buy your tickets today at SoFiStadium.com/tours.
You are never too old for a family. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is dedicated to finding forever families for children who have been waiting in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Your destination for LA sports, Duran and Yates. Yeah, that's my bad. I had those years transposed, which is that 2 years ago it was the Padres, last year was the Diamondbacks. I should remember because I was there. But the reason why that actually doesn't actually help is because this is trending more poorly in the playoffs. And that's why I was talking about the pressure. The opponent at this point, it matters in one sense. So, yes, I was incorrect about that because I was just botching that in my mind. But that's 2 years in a row now that a strong Dodgers team has had trouble in their opening playoff series. And that, to me, opponent aside, is a big deal, but we'll get back to that later.
Shout out to Officer Sandoval, who sends me
Yeah,
a
I was
text.
just having a brain fart right there because I'm looking at the Padres and I'm thinking about what happened.
And by the way, why don't you go back to patrolling the streets, man, instead of texting me haters.
Also, let's not forget that Diamondbacks team ended up making the World Series. Once again, we remember.
Was that the one they jumped in the pool?
Because we were
No,
there.
no, you're way old, bro.
What? Am I?
Is that where they jumped in the pool? Like, no.
No. Anyway, you know what?
Dodgers lost.
The D-backs made a blistering run to the World Series. Tommy Pham was on that team, by the way. Anyway,
wow, what a
a player that some people think the Dodgers should have, but that's another story.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So, getting back to what we've been doing this week. You, my friend, sling and all, in a suit. I saw you running around on social media.
Oh, yeah.
At Laker Media Day, one of the more unique media days in the history of the NBA as a result of Bronny and LeBron being in the same building. I know you've talked about this a little bit, but tell me, what were the vibes like there? I mean, it's a different kind of energy with the young man and his father being in the same space.
So it was really cool to be there yesterday. Shout out to Carlos Saisu, our social media.
Love Carlo.
He and everybody there that was working. Reese was working. Who else was I say? Janessa. Everybody just there.
Parker Bell.
And Parker Bell.
PB in the building.
Yeah, PB was trying to get on a reality show, so you know that.
Listen, don't get me started. We need Parker on Love Island.
Yeah.
That has to happen. Anyway.
Absolutely. So we had a great time there. So it was really cool. It's different now because I was telling I've become the old guy now at events. I'm like, back in my day, they're like, oh, because the youngsters. I always tell young reporters or young members of our staff, enjoy where you're at for the first time. And then I told someone, like, dude, let me take a picture. They're like, no, we're not allowed to. Like, I know we're not allowed to, but you're going to because it's your first one. You're here, enjoy the moment, right? So back in the day, with Kobe, that's what I was there, was they would walk out and everybody would swarm. It's like when the piñata breaks at a party, all the media would swarm around them and you just make a big circle and you just
the scrum.
The scrum, right? Now it's very organized where they come to the podium and they do the interviews and they're separated. Regular press is on one side and, quote, partners on the other side. So Spectrum Sports
VIP.
Where Geeter and Ali Clifton, Bresnahan, and James Worthy are there on their set are there. We, the radio partner, are there on the other side of the court. So we're behind the ropes, baby. We're behind the ropes. There's some members of me that are like, man, how'd you guys get over there? Come on now.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Right.
And when we had big credentials, said, partner, right? And they let you know. You stay on that side. So anyway, after they would get the interview with Basin Island, they come over to me and we'd do like some social media interaction. And Bronny was interesting because he didn't speak in high school. He barely spoke in college. So this is the first time he had to do interviews where you actually hear him in his voice.
I was going to say, I barely know the sound of his voice.
Yeah, you don't. And it was really cool how he handled himself without going into the should it be on their team or not.
No, forget that.
Forget all that. It's daunting to have all these cameras around you. So what we had to do was ask the players to read liners. Hey, this is Clinton Yates. You're listening to 710 ESPN, home of Lakers basketball. Hey, you're listening to blah, blah, blah station in Vegas or the station in Banning, whatever. They were doing liners. Certain rookies, you ask them to read everything, right?
Right, because they got no choice.
Yeah. Other players, we could get two liners out of you. Hey, you're listening to Lakers. Boom. All right, got you, bro. Let's get out of here because the salty vets know how to do this. So it was really cool. Bronny was good. And as I was talking with Bronny, he's doing the liners, and I'm like, can you give me a little more energy here? Boom, boom, boom.
You're voice coaching him.
Yeah, because it's what you're going to hear all season long. You don't want to hear, hey, this is Bronny, you're listening to Lakers basketball 710. You want to hear, hey, this is Bronny James, you're listening to Lakers basketball 710.
Sure.
Right? So as we're doing that, Bron walks around him. He's like, who's Bronny James? Like that. And LeBron is being followed by his own crew behind the scenes, and he just yells, why are you guys even following him, right? He had done enough. And then when McManaman was interviewing Bronny, LeBron came up to him and said, this is going to be the worst interview you do all day, right?
I heard that.
Yeah.
That I did see.
That's the guy. Where I got into it a little bit was I thought I was being innocent. So we did liners. BB Go.
Yeah.
BB Go, we had liners being done in English. Cool. Carlos Saisu had them done up. French. Christian Coloco read it in French.
Ah bon?
Beautiful.
BB Go.
Beautiful.
On y va?
Hey, Saisu writes in French. And then Coloco, who grew up in Cameroon, is reading. He's like, no, I think that's wrong. Blah, blah, blah. And Carlos like, dude, I haven't written French in years, right? All right. He wrote a little bit in Spanish. So Christian Coloco grew up in Cameroon, but he took Spanish and French classes in junior high, and he speaks 4 languages, right? D'Angelo Russell, word is, you speak Mandarin. He's like, yeah, man, I speak Mandarin. I was like, are you interested in doing this read for BB Go in Mandarin? He's like, no problem. So he's reading it. Boom. We just gave him one sentence, and he's like, oh, you guys got more? He read the entire script.
Hold on. Like, reading the characters?
Legit. Right? And we had the audio, so I asked him, Funch, you have this audio right here of D'Angelo Russell?
We do. We got it.
Where I asked him, like, whoa, what's going on here? And I asked him, how the heck do you know Mandarin? So how did you pick up on the Mandarin?
I studied it in like 3 years of boarding school. You had to speak, do a language for real. It was no joke. And to pass and get your transcripts, you had to do it.
Okay, it's one thing to learn another language, but Mandarin I've heard is one of the hardest languages to pick up. How hard was it for you?
It was definitely difficult. I actually went to China a good bit when I was a little younger, and allowed me to be in the environment, to learn the environment.
So the hardest part about speaking Mandarin is the voice inflection is almost impossible. Listen, I speak French, and it lines up to English because the letters are the same. Once you get into characters and accents and inflections, out of my league.
So he read the BB Goldliner in Mandarin. I recorded it, and I just put it on my Twitter. D'Angelo Russell speaking Mandarin. Right? I'm impressed. This is great.
Certainly.
Like, dude, I can barely speak 1.5 languages, right? This dude's speaking Mandarin was super hard. I go out to eat, and I come back, and I get told by a social team, dude, you went viral. I'm like, what did I do?
Oh, word.
Turns out that Barstool picked it up. Bleacher Report picked it up. D'Angelo Russell, and everybody's saying, you have one game. Well, you're going to be playing in China, right, DeAndre?
So people are jumping on his back.
People were jumping on his back, and I'm over here thinking, damn it, did I mess this up? Like I'm like, this is cool. The dude is flowing in Mandarin, and then it became the captions of, oh, can't wait for him to have a bad game. I'm gonna use this. It's because his career belongs in China,
hate that.
right? And I'm like, I almost deleted it. Then it was going to look back because it draws more attention.
Sure.
Because the last thing I want D'Angelo thinking is that I'm setting him up to fail. And I'm like, no, I was praising you.
Did it feel like that in the moment?
No, I'm like, the dude's speaking Mandarin.
Yeah, I think you're fine then. I mean, listen, whatever these different sites that I'm not even going to name want to do in terms of
it's not even the
attracting
sites.
trolls.
It was the people, the comments. So it was, again, I've been less and less on Twitter, and everybody's comments became look how many bookmarks. The bookmarks to ratio, because people are
keeping it,
keeping it, and it became the viral video where so many different Laker fan sites posted it, so many hater posted it. So it's just, I felt bad, but then I talked to somebody, they're like, D'Angelo doesn't care.
Of course he doesn't.
He doesn't care. He wears, what's that brand shoe that he wears? The
Li-Ning,
the Li-Ning. He has his own thing with it. Like, he doesn't care. Then you realize yesterday at Media Day, D'Angelo sat down. First question was, before the first question, he was, surprise, surprise, I'm here, right? Because nobody expected him to be here. His attitude seems different, and he owned how immature he was as a professional last year in certain situations.
I'll say this for him. I did not have a problem with his attitude last year, considering how he ended up being back here. No, it wasn't perfect. No, it's not what you want out of a professional, but I could have understood why, for him, it was awkward. Like, all of the things that they got rid of in terms of him and everybody else and all of the turnover on the roster, for him to be back in that position with so many things happening, I can understand why he was slightly grizzled versus this year when, after an offseason, you're back in a place that you're familiar with.
All right, so I tweeted out the video of D'Angelo Russell speaks Mandarin. Pretty cool how you learned it. 4 likes, 2,000 views. All right, D'Angelo Russell speaking Mandarin, 150,000 views, 200 and something bookmarks, like over 300 comments. Is just,
that's a big number, Beto.
First bad game, numbers. Oh, he knows. He just set himself up to join Dwight Howard. Jokes write themselves. Hater report. He's practicing next year when he's traded. You know, like, oh, I'm like,
man.
So DeAndre, you tell me, because you're younger, right? You're in your 20s. Did I mess up?
No, he didn't mess up at all. It's just the way social media is, man. This is the way it is.
Because this is like me being the old like grandpa who's like, oh, this is cool, right?
No. This is
like,
the
the last thing I do is,
and as Key used to call them, the germ spreaders.
Well, here's the
you know
thing,
what I'm saying? Creating problems online.
I got a couple comments saying, oh, homie knew what he was doing.
Nah.
Like, I was trying to set him up.
It's not even like that.
I don't pay attention to the comments.
No, I get it.
It's just more of me, like, thinking, I don't want anybody thinking I'm trying to get you that gotcha moment, because I'm doing Lakers pre-half and post, a very important job, and I take it very serious, and I don't want anybody thinking like, oh, he's trying to create content for this.
I think you're fine. Do I think it's worth having a discussion with him about later? Perhaps.
Yeah.
But I don't think that looked, from the way you described it to me, and I haven't seen the video yet, and I haven't seen the post either, the way you describe that to me, that is, again, the leeches of the world taking something just because it's fun to hate on the Lakers, it's fun to hate on D'Lo.
That's what it is.
And people are idiots. Just because somebody speaks another language doesn't mean that they're deploying to that nation anytime soon. God forbid anybody be smart enough to learn something beyond what is available to them right in front of their faces. Come on, people.
And by the way, one take.
Right.
The reads were in one take.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So I'm going to learn some Mandarin right now, so I can apologize.
All right.
Oh, no, that's another thing. So he walked away, and then I said, hey, I got his ni hao for you. He's like, no, this is how you say goodbye. This is how you say thank you. He was talking to Carlo. He was having a full-on conversation with for a couple of minutes about Mandarin.
Here's what you do. You continue the bit as the season goes on.
Well, I'm gonna go
every
say ni hao
single
every
time you see him, you need to get a new Mandarin drop from him.
So
That's
it was like language day yesterday. You would have loved it. So Coloco speaks French.
Sure.
Fluent. He's like legit. Max Christie, habla español. Ahora
Really?
amigo. He's from Chicago. Got a 5 in AP Espanol.
Spoke better than Beto.
Oh, dude, I kid you not.
He did.
No
way. He really did.
His accent on point. And he's like, don't tell people because the Spanish media is going to do interviews. I'm like, Pepe!
You're calling everybody over. You're like, get over here.
I'm like,
Vamos.
dude, I'm like, mi amigo, you got to use this.
That's money in your pocket.
5 in AP Spanish. Legit. And he was
How
flowing.
about that?
Yeah, man.
All right. Wow. Man, I missed that little international flavor.
See.
In Lakers Media Day. How
Those
about
Lakers,
that?
oui.
All right. Coming up, we're going to discuss what D's going to do for this marathon.
Yeah.
It's your destination for LA sports, Duran Yates, ESPN 710.
Hey, it's Mason. Football is back. The Commerce Casino and
Hey,
Hotel.
football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Enjoy responsibly.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. NextGen is the official AC Heat and Plumbing company of SoCal sports fans. That's right, NextGen is the absolute best in the biz. Right now, you get an $88 drain cleaning, and they'll add in a free plumbing camera inspection. All you got to do is call NextGen. Call them at 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit them online at nextgenaironplumbing.com to schedule your appointment today.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXTGEN.
Every year across America, a staggering 4.2 million youth are homeless or trafficked. Covenant House is the national leader providing safe housing for youth, 50 years strong. Help us fight youth homelessness. Go to covenanthouse.org.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Good time. Anytime you need a payment. Good time. Anytime you need a free. Good time. Anytime you're out from under. Not getting hassled. Not getting hustled. Keeping your
Your destination for LA sports, Duran Yates on ESPN 710. That is, of course, the theme song to Good Times, one of the greatest American television programs of all time. We play that to honor the life of John Amos, who passed today at the age of 84. He, of course, played the dad on Good Times. He also played the adult Kunta Kinte in Roots. And, of course,
Come on
the
now.
owner and operator of McDowell's.
Come on now.
And Coming to America.
Come on
He's
now.
got his own money.
Come on
He's got
now.
his own money.
There it is.
When I say he's got his own money, I mean the boy has got his own money.
Funchy, great drop right there.
So
Favorite
blow.
line.
John Amos is one of those actors that if you just see that brother, you know.
We
it
hit the jackpot,
It
Lisa.
reminds you of a certain part of your life. If you're like me, when you remember when we had strong black male leads in Hollywood roles, that's a whole other story, but legendary Hollywood career,
man.
Beto.
That's it. You see him right away, you know who he is.
Exactly.
Man. He's been in so many different things. So like
Also
good
the
times.
bad guy in Die Hard 2.
Completely
Yes.
forgot about that, to be honest.
Yeah. So you see him, you're like, okay, you might not know him from Good Times. Like Deion just way before. I mean, I don't really remember it just from reruns.
Sure.
But McDowell's?
McDowell's.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
Self-made owner. It's like McDonald's, but not. Right?
He actually had a really decent football career. He played at Colorado State.
Oh, did he?
Ended up trying to walk on. I'm reading from the Wikipedia here, so I'm not acting like I know this off the top of my head. He tried to play in the AFL, but didn't really work out, and that's when he got back into acting. Legendary brother, and later in his life, his son, who is a movie director, did a lot of things on TikTok, if you want to follow this I do know off the top of my head, where he would basically interview his dad. And he would go around and talk with his dad about older stuff, and sort of you got to kind of see the twilight years without kind of embarrassing him. You know, it was an interesting look at a man who had been through Hollywood in so many different ways and has played such an important part in a lot of different roles across the pantheon of, well, quite frankly, Black American cinema. So thank you for that. Now,
And it sucks, though, within a couple weeks, you had the owner of McDowell's.
Yeah.
Then you had the king, James Earl Jones.
Exactly. You know, so
James Earl Jones and him were like,
it's been a tough couple weeks for a lot of passings and obituaries to read, but we do have some business to attend to. So, okay, half marathon, full marathon.
Let me clarify that. She is doing the half marathon.
Okay.
Oh, even better.
Okay.
Okay.
So the plan is you're going down the night before.
Well, reset it, right?
Reset it, yes.
All right.
Reset the
real
situation.
quick. 3-0 Padres in the fifth inning, man.
The Padres, who did not play the Dodgers last year. They played them 2 years ago.
Thank you, Officer Salazar. All right, so the Long Beach Marathon and half marathon is this weekend.
All right.
Saturday, you want to run the 5K on Saturday, DeAndre? If it was
any
any
other
other day.
I love that line.
So Saturday is a 5K. They run through the Aquarium of the Pacific. So really cool event. I'm going to be the MC. So at the start and finish line, I'm going to be the one yelling, "Hey, Clinton Yates from D.C. Woo!"
Right, don't puke.
Yeah,
Right.
so I'm the one hyping you up in the morning. Race gets going at 5:30 because of the heat. So over 22,000 runners with the bikers, the runners.
Bikers?
Yeah, because they do a bike race beforehand.
Yeah. Right, okay.
So the bikers get done real quick, and then also the wheelchair racers. So
Sure.
it's a great event. In total, in the 40 years of the Long Beach Marathon, over 500,000 people have crossed the finish line.
How about that?
I've done it a couple of times. I've only done the half, so it's really cool. DeAndre, so she's running the half.
Correct.
Has she ever done a half?
This is her first marathon.
Okay, cool.
What's
All
the
right.
training regimen been? How long have y'all been working at this?
Not me, y'all.
Well,
See,
listen,
okay,
hold on. I'll give D some credit here. If somebody in your household is training for a marathon, effectively you both are, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, when she's training for the marathon, you know, she was on a treadmill, trying to build the cardio.
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
and
yeah.
she'll go out on like regular walks and stuff like that, and then she'll go to actual track and field and
Okay,
do
good,
stuff
good,
like
good.
that.
That's cool.
And then, as she was going to the gym and going on the treadmill, I was doing obviously my weightlifting
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So
You were saying
I
in
would-
the Cappy
yeah,
videos
yeah,
if you squat in 4 places. You know?
Exactly.
All right, so I'm the MC. So I've done 3 full marathons in LA marathons 3 times, and I've done a bunch of halves. So the Long Beach one is fun. Here's the best part about this: you don't have to wait the entire time. So a half, 13.1. You need to be. Are you going to be there in the morning?
Nah, I don't plan on being there.
DeAndre?
How are you doing? Okay, so let's get to this. This is what I was going to ask. How are you doing this? Are you guys staying in that hotel the night before?
Night before, we're staying at the hotel.
Okay, so DeAndre.
So why would you not be going to the race first thing in the morning?
Because I was actually told from her that I don't need to show up that early.
Okay,
in the morning.
DeAndre.
I'm just
Jedi mind trick. It's a Jedi mind trick.
Hold on.
And to be clear, go ahead. My bad.
No, hold on. I said I'm going. This is my first marathon too. So me going, I don't know what's going on.
So
I don't know where to go.
Cool. No, that's a good point. Now she is being considerate because in the morning it is a mess. DeAndre.
It's a little chaotic.
But
yeah.
here's what you have to do: you have to be there in the morning to walk with her because, like you said, you're doing it together, right? You're doing it together.
I think you're going to want to be there is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
when she gets up in the morning, you're not lying in bed
you
while
gotta
your
go.
girl's going to run
You
a
gotta
marathon.
go.
That's
You
just
gotta
not how, you're not the kind of guy that's going to do that.
So here's what you
be
do.
prepared to get up.
I'm going to set you up with the VIP. Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
What?
So I'm going to set you up with the VIP. I'm not doing Cappy style. I'm legit going to come through for you. So I'm going to set you up with the VIP, and the VIP is the corporate sponsor. Remember how I've taught you? Stick with me, my man.
Exactly.
Always ask me if I got a guy. I got a guy. My man Dan Cruz is the PR director. Boom, we're good.
Nice.
So you're going to be in the corporate area because when you go to the marathon, you're there standing around waiting, and then they call your corral to come in. No, you go to the VIP. You're going to have yourself a nice little croissant. You maybe have a little espresso, my friend. You're going to be there because
Do
I
they,
can't
do they
use
serve
it.
booze at that function?
I was going to say
I'm-
mimosas.
Yeah,
Michelob Ultra sponsored.
Ultras at 5 a.m.?
Michelob Ultra 10. Let's go. Mimosas. Let's go.
Turn up.
DeAndre, you're going to be there. And then as she's like, okay, the half marathon for her is going to start at 6:30. So about 6 o'clock, she's going to walk over to the corral. That's when you just come. You're going to go to mile number 1.
Okay.
And you're going to have a plan with her. Mile 1, you're going to be on the left side. That way, you got to make a sign.
Signs are required.
You got to make 3 signs. And it could be something as simple as just her name. Boom, right? Boom, there it is. Or a bullet. Just
Or
something
some
cool.
inside joke.
Some
Yeah.
inside joke. You're like, hey, I'm there with you. You're right? We got this. Just so she can look at it and be like, this.
Morale. This is
What's
a
this mean?
morale
Yeah.
building operation.
All right, so do you have a bike?
I mean, I don't have it obviously with me, but it's back home.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you a bike.
Oh, hell
okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna bring you my fixie bike.
Picking them up.
You
So
throw a
what
fixie in the back of the
Yeah,
truck?
so I'm fixing the back of the truck. What I'm gonna do, the reason you want to get that is now you're gonna ride the bike to maybe mile 6.
I was going to say about 8, 7 or 8.
Mile
okay.
6,
Okay.
because that's a 10K.
Okay.
And you're right there with her. You have another side. You're gonna see people little cowbells. You're like, woo! The thing is, you have to be her photographer. You're going to be able to track her because she needs content to show all the mofos at work. Yeah, I did this.
Right.
What you got?
And my man's was filming, too.
Exactly. And then she's going to be like, you could text her the picture. She's going to post, too, because she's going to be on Instagram, all that other stuff. Nobody worries about the damn time. So you got to be there. Every couple miles, you want to be ahead of her. You're going to be on the way. Because once it gets past mile 3, 4, when you get away from the yard house, it spreads out and you're in the neighborhood. You're running.
So how many? Okay, so let's break this thing down from a fundamental standpoint. How many K is it total?
It's 13.1 miles.
13.1. So you go to. So here's my idea. You go to 5K, 10K, and then the finish line.
Yeah. 1, 3, 6. Go to mile 10 because mile 10 is also very important because mile 10 is when she's going to hate life.
Okay.
Because she's ever done. She's like, ugh, and then you're going to look at you, and then it's flat. So it's right along the beach in Belmont Shore, where I used to live right there, where the dog beach is in Long Beach, that you're running on that course right there. So you'll be good, bro. So you'll be good.
Yeah,
So
set up
you
a
get
little-
to mile
set up a
10.
deal,
I
yeah.
appreciate you guys.
So you get to mile
yeah.
10, and then that's what you got this, babe. I'll wait for you at the finish line, and then you go back to the VIP because there's a post-race VIP. And you start drinking. She's going to take her about 35 minutes to get there because she's going to be hating life because probably a couple blisters. You're good, bro. You get a couple mimosas. You're in there with her. And then you come by me with the at the sign, and you let me know where she's at, and you take a bunch of pictures coming through. I got you. But don't tell her I did
good
this
plan.
for you. Don't tell her I did this for you. What you do is you
God
tell her.
forbid she's listening.
No, yeah, she ain't listening. No chance.
She in class.
Yeah. So what you do is you tell her, you know what, babe? I paid for the VIP upgrade. I got this.
Nah, forget all that. Yeah, okay,
No,
listen,
no,
we've
no,
gone
no.
too
You
far.
gonna believe
We've
us.
gone too
No.
far.
I'm trying to help
We've
you.
gone
bro.
way too far. There's no need to lie about what you paid for.
Absolutely.
As soon as Beto shows up
Absolutely.
yelling and screaming, she's going to know exactly what happened.
I'm gonna-
That's not what you need to focus on.
Yeah,
Don't focus on
I
I
got
did this.
you.
Focus on you did the race. Here was the support that was provided. Here are the pictures.
Got
Focus
you.
on that.
Yeah.
Beto is not the focus
Oh,
here, but he is the benefactor for you.
And you know who else who lives in the Belmont Shore area?
Who's that?
My hero, Grant Metzger, who works here.
Hey,
Is that
shout
right?
out to you.
Grant, yeah, so his dad, Gary, Professor Gary, is listening. He's like,
Sure.
I got you, DeAndre. Come by the house.
Oh,
You're right there with you.
Even better.
Yes, sir.
Even better.
Yeah.
If you can recruit a team
Oh, yeah.
to support,
You got to know.
Telling you.
Because
Strong.
you're able to track her location. So with the race, so you know exactly where she's at. You want to be ahead of time. And then don't say that. Do not say, you're almost there. It's the stupidest thing to tell somebody who's in a race. You're almost there. No, we're not. Because I got 3 more miles. I'm not there. Stop lying to me. Just say, go, go, go.
Got you.
Yeah.
well, that should be fun. That sounds like a good opportunity to
Long Beach Marathon's a vibe.
bond and, like I said, build morale. Coming up,
Let's take your calls.
get it off your chest. 877-710-3776, 877-710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. He's Beto Duran. I'm Clinton Yates. This is ESPN 710.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. after Greeny.
Avocado toast.
Love it.
Anybody? Yes,
Love it.
no?
Love it.
Yeah, I'm great. Yeah, sure.
Is there any sort of negative connotation to avocado toast?
That in California, you are bougie.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Overpriced.
Overpriced?
I wouldn't buy it from a place.
It's like it goes, oh, you got avocado toast. It's like kind of like, it's just the new wave LA influencer, whatever. Oh, you got avocado toast.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know it had that stigma attached.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
so
very much does. But I don't agree with it. I love it. But I'll only make it at home. I won't buy it.
Okay, so
it's very easy to make.
Leaving the hotel on Sunday,
26 seconds or less.
going to the stadium. Oh, I'm sorry. I told the bus that I had avocado toast for breakfast.
Oh, you got killed, didn't you?
Everybody laughed at me. I'm like, I didn't know. Okay.
You should live in Silver Lake.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling
Hey,
the
football
experts at
fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
687-5192.
All right, everybody. Sedano and Cap here. And George, let's talk to everybody about Prize Picks, where you and me are freaking geniuses, and that's why we're killing it.
We are crushing it, Cappy. And by the way, you can too. You can win as much as up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks.
But let me tell you something right now. When you download the Prize Picks app and you use our code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y, you make your first play at $5, they hit you with an instant $50 bonus. It doesn't matter if you win the play or you lose the play. A $5 play turns into a $50 bonus.
Oh, my God. It's amazing. They're giving you free money, for God's sake. And by the way, it's the best way to get action in sports in over 30 states, including, obviously, this one here in California.
So, George, I want everybody to download the Prize Picks app and use our code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y, and let's win.
Yeah, absolutely. And Prize Picks puts its members first. So all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Man, when your picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. And you know where you can do it? Only on Prize Picks.
Take a sip of sunshine this season with Milagro Tequila. What's up, guys? It's D-Far. Milagro Tequila is made from 100% blue agave, crafted for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Enjoy the freshest margaritas with Milagro Silver, mix up some palomas with Reposado, or simply sip Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Milagro at your favorite retailer, in stores, and online. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila. Milagro Tequila. Must be 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Microphone checker, swinging sword lecture, closing down the sector, supreme neck protector. Better want him, kid, Mr. Mepsa. Ballin' pop, about to blow his lid from the pressure. Too hot for TV, for cheesy. Too many wanna be hard, be easy.
Your destination for LA sports. Duran and Yates here on, what day of the week is it even? Tuesday. I feel like I'm a big league ball player. I don't even know what's going on with the week. So, okay. Beto, this was your idea today. You mentioned everybody sort of decompressing, getting home after their practices or whatever it may be. Please set up what you want to do this segment, sir.
All right, so we know around this time of night, you're sports fans. You're probably a sports dad, sports mom, where you have an SUV that's just dirty because there's cleats and soccer mud, because that's the season right now.
Right.
Or you might be at your kids' practice or at their game, and you're walking around getting your steps in. You're like, damn, we got a nice show? But, I want to complain to somebody. And I don't want to go on Twitter. So old school radio, we're going to give you 30 seconds.
I'm looking at the names on
to
this
get
list
everything off of your chest. And I know the people we're going to call are probably people from the Circle of Trust.
Correct.
Or the Mason people, or the complainers in the YouTube chat.
That's fine.
That's fine. We'll take them all. We are going to give you 30 seconds.
Some of these dorks don't have enough hair on their behind to call this program.
I like most of the dorks. We're going to give you 30 seconds to vent.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a timer. And at the end of 30 seconds, we're hanging up on you.
All right, so I'll use the timer.
No, Funchy has the timer.
Funchy's got the timer, even better.
DeAndre, you got the buzzer, right? So as soon as you hang up on them, 30 seconds hits, you either hang up on us or we hang up on you. There are no pleasantries. We're not talking to you. I don't want to know how your day's going. I don't want to talk. I don't want to say hi.
Okay, so can we add another rule to that?
Yes.
If you ask us how our day is, immediately gone.
Yeah.
Immediately gone.
What up, Max Kellerman?
Don't do that. Do not do that.
That's right.
You want to say, don't ask us any questions. If you want to say what up, I'll let that slide.
And you don't need all 30 seconds. I want you to hang up. But the thing is, don't let us hang up on you because I'll do that quick. So that's it.
All right.
It's a chance.
You want me to pick who goes first?
Yeah, because I can't see the screen.
All right, here we go. All right. Johnny in the LBC, don't mess this up. Get it off your chest. You got 30 seconds.
Hey, CY. Hey, Beto, I've been a down-ass fool. I got my hair cut by Rob at RC.
Oh, there you go.
And my boy, Chewy, used to work there, and then he branched off and did his own called Chop Shop off of Laundra in Lakewood. Gang. But, hey, for the Raiders, I was telling my boys, bro, hey, throw this thing, throw the kitchen. I don't give a fuck about the pitch.
All right, you're out of there. Goodness gracious.
Come on.
This segment getting off to a disastrous start. Come on, guys. I know it's nighttime. I understand the sun is down. I understand we're in the playoffs and we're in week 4 of the NFL. Do not drop F-bombs on the air on the phone. Come on. You're killing us. Anyway.
What do we expect from a Raider fan?
Goodness
and
gracious.
the best part is he knows my barber.
What an awful start. 877
I think that's a great start.
710 ESPN. We're going to go to our friend Molly. You got 30 seconds. Don't say what's up. Don't cuss.
I just want to say thank you to ESPN LA for my VIP tickets to see LAFC tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's my first time, so I'm really excited to go. And hopefully El Mero Beto will be there. And go LAFC.
All right, that's a good call. Okay, being kind.
There it is.
We have gotten back on track.
Yep.
A nice call
Yes.
after a botched call.
So that was 20 seconds from Molly, straight to the point, and she won tickets at Northgate. And I
Good
found
for
out,
Molly.
Here,
Great
and
listener.
for those people, it wasn't rigged. She used her real government name.
Oh, wow.
So I called it out. I'm like, hey, so-and-so. And she's like, me? I'm like, no, it's not.
That's not you.
It wasn't rigged. So
got
she
to
got
see
the
Molly
VIP.
at the Mandy's. Shouts to her. Okay,
LAFC
have
tomorrow.
we regrouped? Have we regrouped? Are we ready for the dump button should that happen again?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Patty in Pasadena, get it off your chest. 30 seconds, don't cuss.
Yo, this call's about the disrespect for the Detroit Lions, man. It's been way too long. I used to watch it at Barney's Beanery. I'm like, where's the Lions game? Oh, it's in the black and white TV in the corner by the janitor's closet. You know what I mean? We're back. We're strong. Lions all the way, baby.
Good call.
Wow.
Okay, we like that. Now, what I
20
liked
seconds, that was good.
What
First
I liked
of all,
about what the Lions did last week, they brought back the black jerseys. You know why?
Stop.
Because that's what their coach wore when they had them. That's why he wanted to bring those back because he wore those as a player. Good
Also,
call.
you can't complain about not showing the Lions games before. They had an 0 season. Nobody's asking
Literally.
for
We're
them.
talking about that Barry Sanders back in the day.
Oh,
Come on.
Okay.
That was 100 years
Come on.
ago
Yeah, like
when they
he-
really were basically playing in
Calvin
black and white.
Johnson.
Again, they still sucked.
Yeah, that's true.
Megatron would rather retire instead of play.
By the way, I saw a picture of Megatron
Said, uh,
standing next to DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf looks small.
Yeah.
I had forgotten how large Megatron actually was. It was right. Anyway,
All right. Phones are good. Phones
Here
are
we go.
good.
877-710 ESPN. Victor in Eagle Rock, get it off your chest.
The Los Angeles Lakers will win the 2025 NBA title. Peace.
Garbage call. Garbage call. Listen, the whole point of the get it off your chest is for 30 seconds. No,
we can't.
I'm
say,
being strict.
No. This is not about us right now. It's
Fair.
about
That's
them.
fair. Sorry.
We can't say it because it's
I'm still a little frazzled about the first call. I'm not going to lie.
Remember, see why? It's a get it off your chest. It's not a good call.
Okay.
It's not a bad call. It's just he needed to say it to somebody without anybody laughing at him.
He's got his own money. Let me. That's
The
fair.
man's got his
The
own
man's got
money.
his own money. That's fair. Let me chill out.
That was a good call, Victor.
I didn't think so, but
No,
that's
because
okay.
I get you, but you're not. He's gonna go back to work tomorrow. Hey, man, I called ESPN. I told him the Lakers were winning. His night is
Clip
made.
it for
Yes.
the promo.
All right.
877-710 ESPN. Jonathan in Downey, get it off your chest.
Yates, Beto, I just want to say this. I want to get my 30 seconds. I already have 5 seconds left. I'm on my way to In-N-Out, Beto. Shout out to that. Instead of going to the gym, I'm going to In-N-Out, brother. And let me tell you guys something, all right? I got my flight for Friday night going to Yankee Stadium. This is the first win out of so many wins we're getting in these playoffs. And just to all you Dodgers fans know, delusional Dodger fans, you guys ain't going nowhere. No pitching. As a matter of
Buzzer got him.
He was so.
That was a good call. I like that. He wasted time shouting you out about In-N-Out.
Yeah,
that was a bet. Down. He got behind the sticks.
He started off with, I already wasted my 5 seconds. Yeah, come on,
That's
man.
an
Go straight
early
into
false
it, man.
start
Thought he
penalty.
was going to get into his order.
Early false start penalty in the drive. Got behind the sticks. Didn't
But
work out.
it's
It was
our,
a good call.
It's our first segment, first time he called. I know he's going to the Yankee games, and Dodger fans are.
All right, everybody else left is in the COT, so I'm just going to pick my favorite person from it. 877-710-ESPN.
Do all of them.
All right, here we go.
What are we going to do? Talk to each other about who would you rather play?
No, I got to tell you guys about my trip to Oakland. Anyway, David, get it off your chest.
Hey, this message is for Little D. Never listen when your wife or lady says, "Do not come." She's testing you. You got to make it out there, brother. Don't fall for the trick. Believe me, I know what I'm saying. And you know what? Let's go Dodgers. We don't care who we're going to face. Let's go L.A.
David, good call. Offering content based on the previous segments of the show.
Wow.
That is the leader, in the clubhouse right now.
Shouts out to you.
What he's trying to say is, by the way, RIP to the gentleman who was in Beverly Hills Cop. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. That's what he's getting.
Banana in the tailpipe?
That's what he's getting at.
Two more, Funch.
Two
Just
more.
those two right
Here we
there.
go.
Omar.
877-710-ESPN. Omar, COT, get it off your chest.
Hey, what's up, fellas? I want to appreciate everybody at the station. Prayers and condolences. It's been a tough week. I love you guys. And last thing, can someone teach D-Lo defense in Mandarin, please? Out.
Strong call.
Big O.
I like that. That was
Big
well
O,
done.
yeah.
Sort of rambled to the finish, but got there. You got one more you want to do, Beto?
Big O, descansen paz tu mama. His mom passed away. Uncle in hospital. So Big O, Saxo. Great dude. Our thoughts and prayers are with you.
Absolutely.
All right, last one.
1-1. You go.
Which is always a mess. I saw him today, Ron the Caddy, the degenerate. Who
get the dump button ready.
Yes. Who we met at the Crest. We had lunch. We went and saw Chris Ward at the Green Cross.
Sure.
And
did you guys take the elevator to the top floor or no?
No. I went and got an ointment for my shoulder. And then these Chris was talking about being the Mandy's winner. This dude's talking about winning the golf tournament. And I left because they became best friends. So I don't know what kind of situation the degenerate is in right now. Funch, 30 seconds. D-Lo, have the dump button ready to go.
Dump button, buzzer, all of that ready.
All of it, just quick.
All right. You ready, degenerate? Get it off your chest. 30 seconds.
First time caller, long time listener. Wait, what? Keep it down. Oh, hey, I gotta go, dude. My fat girlfriend wants me to F her right now. I gotta go.
Oh, man. Come on. We were almost there. Beto is squarely on you. That is your play call. You practiced that during the week. You installed it on Sunday, and it blew up in our faces for a fumble, return for a touchdown.
Oh, my. He is banned.
I mean, what was that? Come on.
And he calls Lakers postgame.
No,
He's
no,
already
he's
banned from me. We had to have one game yet.
He
All right, we tried. I'm going with David 100. I thought that was the best call. I can't remember who it was who said, can he learn Mandarin in defense in Mandarin?
Big O.
That was funny. We bookended that awfully.
I mean,
awfully.
Let's get one more, please.
No!
Get one more. We need one more clean one.
We do not need one more. We have learned our lesson.
All right, one more. Funch, get him one more. Get one more.
Is anybody else even on?
No, it's not even on.
Nobody else is on.
We can't end with that.
Yes, we can.
All right, DeAndre, you got 30 seconds.
No, stop it. We're moving on. We have things to talk about. That was fun. That was worth it, but we got to clean that up.
Wow.
We got to clean that up next time.
Ban that fool.
All right. Oh, my goodness.
Boy.
Coming up, I'll tell you guys
anymore.
all about my trip to NorCal. It's your destination for LA sports. He's Beto Duran. I'm Clinton Yates. This is ESPN 710 Los Angeles.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems. Listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing?
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Insurance claims. So let me tell you something. I've been working with Avner and his team for a while. I can tell you this. Avner Gatt has a dynamic team that's highly effective and successful because these folks come from a very diverse background in the insurance industry. For example, some of them used to work for insurance companies before they joined Avner's team. Yes, they actually chose to switch sides when they realized the effectiveness of Avner's team's work. Some of them used to be in the restoration business, rebuilding homes after disasters. Some of them used to be in the contents handling business, moving homeowners' belongings to a safe place for restoration and storage. Some of them were experts in hazardous materials handling, like asbestos and lead testing. That was their daily work. And some of them were members of law firms handling bad faith claims and general business disputes. You see, diversification is the name of the game. When you are represented by Avner Gatt's team, you have the entire team's experience and know-how by your side. No one, and I mean no one, messes with Avner Gatt and his team. So call Avner Gatt right now. 818-917-5256. 818-917-5256. That's AvnerGatt.com. AVNERGAT. AvnerGatt.com. When you call him directly, Avner Gatt and his family, they take the calls themselves. Avner Gatt says, hello.
Imagine with that ain't no way. Destination for LA Sports, Beto Duran, Clinton Yates here on a Tuesday, taking you home. So here's the deal.
It's a vibe right now, man. It's a vibe.
For those of you who have been paying attention to baseball for the last 60 years, you know that the Oakland Athletics are one of the premier brands in this country when it comes
Hold
to...
on, see, wait, so I'm sorry I got to interrupt that. Because there's games going on right now.
Yeah,
We're gonna get to
give me
that.
the updates, yeah.
Padres are winning 3-0 through 7 innings. King, 5 hits.
Oh.
No runs. 12 strikeouts.
Wow. Okay.
Dealing.
Yes.
Absolute dealing. Michael King is dealing. And also Jesse Chavez, the pride of Riverside Community College.
Yeah.
Who is still throwing at the age of 40. I don't know how, but he's throwing that slop up there. 2 innings of scoreless ball.
Wow. Okay. All right. We love
After
to see
the
that.
starter went an inning in the third.
Snaps to that. But
all right, let's go.
Quickly. The reason why, not quickly, we can talk about this. So I was in Oakland on Thursday. The reason why I was in Oakland on Thursday is because, as some of you know, I host ESPN Daily, our daily podcast, and we have done a 5-part series called Death of a Sports Town. Mm-hmm. Over the last 5 years, the Raiders, the Athletics, and, of course, the Warriors have all left Oakland proper, the Raiders to Vegas, the Warriors to San Francisco, and Oakland to God knows where, because Lord knows what's going to happen in West Sacramento and then potentially Vegas. That's another story. But we were there for the last game. Now, you know how you go to a game, D, you don't go to a lot of baseball games, but you hear popcorn, peanuts, cold beer. You know what you hear in Oakland, particularly on the BART Bridge? Gummies, pre-rolls, mushrooms,
Man,
a white plate. I'm not even joking.
On the BART?
Not even joking.
On the BART.
Listen, out in the parking lot, you hear a lot of this. Now, I only say that to say that Oakland gets down when it comes to how their crowd. I'm not playing competition here. There is no competition because people value different things. There is no baseball crowd in America like Oakland. There is not a one. Trust me on that. Never mind of where it is, the type of people that come out to that place. It is called the last, it's been nicknamed the last dive bar in baseball, and they're on their way out. That's a whole other story. But we went there to tape an episode, And what me and Tim Kewen did, ESPN senior writer Tim Kewen, dog, we just took like a Tascam and 2 mics. Shouts to my homegirl Phoebe Unterman, who's also a producer on ESPN Daily. We just walked around and talked to people. And we were walking and talking. On the concourse, we went up to Mount Davis, which is that monstrosity that they built for the Raiders that ended up completely ruining the view of the stadium, and thus nobody wanted to watch baseball there
Have you
anymore.
seen that, DeAndre, where the
Are you
big
familiar
A
with
signs
that?
are up on top?
Yeah. So where they block off everything.
They call it Mount Davis or Al Davis.
It's closed, but you can go up there because we got a guy. And so we went up there, spent a little time, taped a whole episode.
So, but before that, you could see the hills of Oakland. It
Correct.
was a great view.
One of the
until
best
they built
views
that.
in the bigs. And so it was a very bittersweet moment because for all the rivalry stuff that happens between different squads, I know that obviously Dodgers and San Francisco fans do not get along for a lot of reasons, but the culture of baseball that all these teams bring on the West Coast, particularly the California teams, of which there are 4, is immeasurably important to what I believe the fabric of Major League Baseball is. And the greed factor of one John Fisher. By the way, if we were doing the show in Oakland, people would have been calling for 5 days in a row screaming at that guy. The number of F. John Fisher chants I heard in that parking lot and in the stadium was off the charts. Shouts to Mark Kotze, by the by, Fullerton guy, who is the manager of the A's, who played there as well. It was one of the strangest games I've ever been to because it was the first time in a long time that many people were in the building, period. I wrote a column about Lawrence Butler, who's a player that you should check out, Beto, if you're familiar with his work. He plays leadoff. He bats leadoff for the A's. He's been in the minors for 6 years. This is his first full season in the bigs. He said that was the most people he'd ever played in front of in his life. Yeah. In his life. And this guy's been a professional baseball player for 7 years. And so I only bring all that up to say that for all of the rivalry stuff, as I mentioned earlier, man, Oakland didn't deserve this. Oakland didn't deserve this at all. Athletics fans didn't deserve this. And baseball doesn't deserve whatever this chicanery that's going to go down with this team is between West Sacramento, Sutter Health Field, between whatever's going to happen in Vegas, which I don't even believe it's going to happen at all. They closed that place out with class. They didn't rip the seats out of everything. They didn't tear everything up and throw stuff on the field. People just gathered for one last time to have fun with their families and their friends. And I just want to say thank you to the Athletics fans for reminding folks that baseball can be something that's more than just a corporate megalopolis in which every single thing is monetized to the gills. The A's fans deserve a lot more love than they've gotten over the last 10 years.
And that, as a kid who heard a lot of A's stories. So when my family came here from Mexico, my dad was always working in the Bay Area. From Salinas, Watsonville, everywhere else where he was working the fields. And when he ended up getting a real job out of the fields, they were in Alameda. So that's where we had family up there.
Alameda County, yeah.
Yeah. So my brother, Gabriel, would always tell the story, this is before I was born, that they lived down the street from the Coliseum. My brother's favorite player to this day, Campy Campaneris.
Wow.
Because they were going down the street, the neighborhood kids, they'd go to the Coliseum, and they would just, my brother tells the story that at the end of the season, the equipment guys would just throw the stuff in the trash, so all the neighborhood kids would go and get gear. And my brother found something that had Campaneris' name on it. So Bert Campaneris was the shortstop, named Dagoberto, became Bert. That's why I always say that my Caucasian alter ego is Bert. Because I'm Humberto.
Humberto, right.
Dagoberto, they couldn't say his name in the organization, so they called him Bert. Not like he said, hey, I'm going to become Bert.
Right.
So
nobody names themselves Bert.
Yeah, so he became Bert Campaneris, and then it became Campy Campaneris. So that was my brother's favorite guy. So they would go down there, and he always tell stories that they found shin guards, and then the neighborhood kid would play stuff like that. Different times in the 70s. So my brother is an A's fan to the Dodger fan, but still an A's because
I get it.
Then so this weekend I took my brother to the Niners game because he's a Niners fan because he grew up there. First time goes to a Niners game, and we called my cousin who now lives in Hayward. Don't see him that often. Big A's fan. His dad was where my dad stayed with. So they were cousins. So they worked the fields together and stuff like that. So he stayed up there. We came down here. Anyways, my uncle, Isidro, retired. And what did he do when he retired? Became an usher at Oakland Alameda. Man. So he would be the guy, the old man that was handing out the giveaways. Yeah. Well, for the last few years, there was nobody going to games.
Right.
So he would just stand there, second inning. All right, everybody else, you gone. They don't have giveaways for like 10,000, whatever. So then he would say, nobody's here. BP's going on. He would just leave his post and go down to the BP because nobody's stopping. He's an usher.
Sure.
He's down there talking to the players. and that my uncle was there the last 3 games, and he stuck around. And my cousin went, and he's like, Dad, get a tierra. They were giving away the dirt. Remember that video of the groundskeeper?
Absolutely.
Uncle was like, no. Hey, you can take stuff with you. No. Just upset as can be with the organization for leaving, because when he came from Mexico, the only place he can go to was an A's game, right? So that's where he was at. He was a baseball fan, stuff like that. Anyways, he's like, I don't want nothing to do with them. You're going to go to Sacramento? My cousin Sam was telling me, no chance. We're done with them. We're done with them. And they deserve better because they always had teams. You saw the Ricky Henderson line.
Oh, yeah.
Are you sad? No, I got a lot of money.
They were the OG swag squad in my youth.
Oh, my.
The Hendersons of plural, the Bash Brothers. Are you kidding me?
The 80s
Heck,
A's.
Walt Weiss had swag. For goodness sakes.
We can go throughout the names that you would have when they were doing
Fighter
right.
Blue. Catfish Hunter.
Dave Stewart looking at
Smoke, my homie.
Terry Steinbach.
Steinbach, yeah.
Carney Langsford.
They had
Mike Gallardo. All
guys.
these guys. But when Ricky Henderson, DeAndre, you've seen the pictures of Ricky Henderson when he was swagged out. The Oakley Blades. The neon Mizuno gloves.
Just
iconic. Out of control. So in 1989, I think, when I was like in 4th or 5th grade, my team was the A's.
Sure.
Right? And I was like, oh, heck yeah. What did we all said we're Ricky Henderson.
You're out there bashing, playing kickball with your friends. That's what you did.
So it was because then I'm at the Niners game, and I'm not a football fan or whatever. Or just my brother. You hear people talking about the last game there. It kind of reminds me when I went to Charger games as they were leaving down there.
Yeah.
That is going to get taken away from you. And you, the fan, did nothing. It's the corporate greed. It's the billionaires arguing with the city, trying to figure things out. So many renderings of what's going to happen. And I remember this in junior high when the Raiders and the Rams both left. It was like, good riddance, get out of here. You guys suck. But I didn't have enough of a blend with those organizations to actually care. That's why when people were like, oh, they left, they hurt me. You can see that in Oakland. Like Mark Spears, fantastic writer, Hall of Fame writer for ESPN. He is all about the town, right? Not the San Francisco.
Oaktown, baby.
He's the town. Like E40, all these guys.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't have anybody to root for. Like, you can't go to a Warriors game because you don't go to San Francisco.
No. It's a different vibe. It's a completely different thing. It's a totally different thing. Roracle, as they called it, is right across the street. You can hit it with a baseball from the baseball park. I just felt like, and I've been to a lot of weird games. I've been to 3 different 18-inning baseball games. I was at that ghost game in Baltimore when they locked out fans because of that. This still was probably the strangest big league game I've ever been to. And it wasn't that I was sad necessarily, because I am not an A's fan per se. But to see grown men crying when the last time they were going to hear, let's go Oakland, in that crowd, man, it was really something. I'll say this one more thing, too. This is just from me being a nerd about baseball ballparks. That's the last ballpark in the bigs that has walk-up dugouts and bullpens. Those are going away forever in the bigs, and I hate that because no other stadiums have that much foul territory anymore because they're just not built like that.
You don't need that.
But the visual of you could just roll the ball right on into the dugout, and it doesn't have to go down any steps. It's just right there. It was so cool to be able to sit in that dugout for the last time and take a picture in there because we're never going to see something like that again.
Josh Sushan used to do Dodger Talk more than a decade ago. He's now the AAA broadcaster in Albuquerque, but he grew up in the Bay Area. He has a fantastic Substack, writes about his adventures in the minor leagues, but he grew up in Oakland. And he took his dad, and just the memory. He said that there was grown adults, little kids crying after the last game because the baseball. This is why you and I get romantic about baseball because it has that kind of connection. It doesn't matter what team you played for. Oakland is different because it was that team that wasn't going to do it, but they did it. Even when they had Giambi in the early 2000s,
the Moneyball era.
Yeah, you knew that they were going to go somewhere, but when they were there, they're on. And what happens every couple of years? You're like, wait, they're in first place.
Yeah.
Like, what, with $18,000? Like, what are you doing?
Awful.
And also, Kot said, you know where he's from, right?
Yeah, I said Fulton. I said that before.
No. Even get your deeper roots right here.
Dígame.
All right. Santa Fe High.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I remember when he played for the Titans.
Yeah. But, you got to get that little deep cut right
that's
there.
the Beto version.
That's also where Jason Roberts, our MC here, he went to school there. He's from that area. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, it was a
But there's always somebody there, man. You're like, damn it, I want to go see that team.
I know, and it's too bad. But anyway, class act Oakland fans, appreciate you guys showing some love. Shouts to all of those gang that were out there in the parking lot and everywhere else. Good job, Oakland. You didn't deserve that. John Fisher, you, my friend, are a jerk. Coming up, ESPN LA Roulette. This is a Funchy special right here.
Wait, it's a Funchy thing?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll figure it out on the other side. Your destination for LA sports, Duran and Yates, ESPN 710, Los Angeles.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Paid for by Cars for Kids.
BMO Stadium is the place to be tomorrow night.
Olivier Giroud has scored. It's
LAFC are playoff bound, but first must finish the final 4 games of the regular season. Hawanga, Giroud, Lloris, and the Black and Gold welcome St. Louis City SC to downtown LA. Pre-game coverage begins tomorrow at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, it's Mason. Football is back. The Commerce Casino and Hotel is your new place for Monday Night Football. We've teamed up with Commerce. Monday Night Football happening all season starting September 9th. Food and drink specials, all kinds of giveaways, even athlete appearances. Go to commercecasino.com for details. Of course, you can always hit the tables before or after the game for some great poker. When you think Monday Night Football, think Commerce Casino.
Got to be 21 to play. Play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit problemgambling.ca.gov.
All right, I got to say something before you jump in. Yeah.
You got it.
The views and opinion of Ron the Caddy are not mine. CY loves the YouTube chat. It's the people that troll in the other forums. Those are a bunch of dorks.
Right.
Yeah, the YouTube chat, you guys are cool.
Whatever.
No, the YouTube chat.
I believe you.
No,
I don't read it. I don't even know what it is. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't look at it.
No, it's the Twitter trolls. No, they suck.
Okay.
It's the YouTube chat. Now, those are good people.
I'll take your word
They're
for it.
hardcore. They're legit. They're
I believe
all right.
that, yeah.
I go in there and I mix it up with them. They're fun. Right?
Sure.
You know, they're good people. But the views and opinion of Ron the Caddy, it was not a bit. Believe me, I'm not trying to get fired for a dude I barely know. And I don't know his last name. And Funch, he is legit banned.
Okay. The destination for LA sports, Beto Duran, Clinton Yates here on ESPN 710 Los Angeles. Okay, so I understand that you have a game. Funchy, do you want to set this up? Please don't let this start with the same fiery thud that Off the Chest started with. So please explain.
I just want to explain what this segment's going to be about. So we don't have a show that is on every day. So we don't have a real feature to have at this time. So we're going to just steal features from the other 3 shows before us.
Yeah. So for those wondering why do we have a show today, it's because when there's not play-by-play, we're going to have this. So
you might see Duran and Yates in this spot a few times.
Yes, sir. Or the Kamenetskis.
Or somebody else. Yeah,
it's fine. We're giving you people content, baby. Let's go.
So we're playing roulette. We're going to pick, some segments from, earlier today, whatever. We're gonna spin the wheel now. See where it lands.
Okay.
Is this what a roulette wheel sounds like?
Yeah.
This is not a Wheel of Fortune wheel, okay? This is not this Wheel of Fortune.
I didn't say it was.
Don't worry about it.
I asked you if that's what a roulette wheel sounds like.
First of all, Fudge,
I don't gamble. Yeah.
Fudge, do not explain yourself. You are producer of the year. Yeah, right.
Get on with it. What do we got here?
All right. This is like some misfortunate, information I'm going to give you guys. 5 people are arrested for posing as Brad Pitt online and scamming 2 women out of over $400,000.
What show did you steal this from?
This is my original.
Okay, hold on. Wait. What? We blown format off rip? I just asked you not to start off disastrously.
No, we're not starting off disastrously. No, this is not starting. We're just where you are. This is
okay,
the Wheel of questions.
Okay,
this is the Wheel of questions for Mason Ireland.
Okay, so we are taking something from the other show,
but we're not actually listening to anything happening on other
shows.
No,
we're not.
Okay, that's what I thought this was.
We're just taking features from other shows and we're gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
Practice was a disaster today.
All right, maybe you are executive producer.
The prep zone was not what we thought. Okay.
All right, so this is Wheel of Questions, Funchy version.
Yeah, Funchy
Got
version.
you. Okay.
So 5 people are arrested for posing as Brad Pitt online and scamming 2 women out of over $400,000. Now,
how much?
$400,000. Now, they got these emails from Brad Pitt saying, "Hey, can you send me some money? Blah blah blah. Hey, I'm Brad Pitt. Send me some money."
The lover's scam. This is
the lover's scam. Yeah. Basically, yes. So I feel bad for these ladies and all, but the question here is: have you guys ever thought you guys had a shot at a celebrity?
This is a famous story that I've told on this air a million times.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want me to tell it again?
Yes,
of course. Do you know this story?
For the night crew.
Do you remember the time? Okay, let me back this up. So
the time?
I can't remember what the deal was, but there was something having to do with what do they even call it? Man rompers. And Greg lost the bet. Greg Bergman, corporate Greg, and had to wear a romp him from this station to the suite at Staples, which it was at the time. And that was the bit. We had to film it. It was relatively embarrassing because it was pretty ugly. And I was like, I'll do that with you so you don't have to do it alone.
Yeah, you.
Cappy jumped in. And so the 3 of us walked over like some Beastie Boys video. And we were walking through the plaza, walking through the concourse. People looking at us like, what are these guys doing? But they are clearly committed to the bit. Okay. We get through the plaza. We get through the concourse. It's not that embarrassing at this point. Mind you, we had gone through a week of build up to this. So this thing was tight. It was short. I mean,
You were the only one in shape that could do this.
You're
the only one who bought a medium, bro.
That's true. I might have had a small on just
You
for the
were
bit.
all about it.
Yeah, oh, no. It was my idea.
You
but
got
anyway,
brand new vans and
here's what
everything.
happened. We get upstairs to go into the suite. And I look to my left because we're getting in line. And none other than Mina Kimes and Pablo Torre are right there. And I was like, oh, my God. I saw my outside of school friends in some other place. And I was all shook. And I was like, oh, no. And Mina, they look at me. They go, what's up, Yates? What are you doing here? And I was like, well, it looks like I'm just wearing a rompum like a dork on any other Wednesday night. But they were there to hang out with somebody else. And they said, well, hey, come on into our suite when you're done with whatever. Sure, whatever. Do that. I finally go back into their suite after having a beer or two, and they're in the front of the suite. So I'm walking to the front. Mind you, I'm walking right past people acting like I own the place, and I get stopped by a person. The person says, hey, whoa, wait, what are you doing here? And I was like, what? I said, do I know you? This person looks at me. It was Kesha.
Oh.
As in, tick-tock Kesha. As in, it's going down. I'm yelling timber. And she is, let's just say, not sober.
Get that song.
Let's just say not sober. And I'm like, oh, hey, Kesha. Mind you, I'm dressed like, for lack of a better term, a total slut. And she says, do you want to be my boyfriend for the night? And I was like, absolutely not. I'm here to see my friends. I do not like how I'm being objectified. Miss Ma'am, okay? I'm going to see Pablo and Mina. And I walked right along, and that was the end of that story. But before I got away, she grabbed my arm again and said, are you sure? And I said, yes, I'm sure. I don't want to be a part of this. And hello, all of my friends are looking at me. It was very awkward. But yes, Funchy, that's what happened.
Love that.
So yes,
love that.
I did have a chance.
DeAndre, what do you think?
I know he has.
John just got to have a million tails.
No.
People thinking that he played linebacker for the Eagles or whatever.
4-0 Padres. Do you think he had a shot at Kesha, or was she just?
What do you want me to say? That actually happened.
Okay, yeah, but okay.
She propositioned me, bro.
But did he have a shot?
I mean, if she's saying something like that right out the gate, like, hey, like, you want to be my boyfriend? I mean, come on.
We in the luxury suite, Beto.
See, but what if he would have said?
I
Yes,
was looking good,
like,
and he had a romper on too.
I was looking good. All right.
First of all, you had a romper on. No, you were not looking good.
Somebody thought I did.
The alcohol thought you did.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
So why did you say no?
Dude, first of all, it was hella awkward because she was there. There were other people there. It wasn't like this was a one-on-one. She broke off a conversation with other people to say this to me as I was walking by. So I'm looking at.
No, did she say, hey, are you TV's Clinton Yates?
No, she didn't even bother. That's how I knew it was real.
So what did she say her name was?
I didn't have to say her name. She's famous, bro. Everybody knows who she is because she was in the suite.
I don't know what she looks like, but yeah.
Anyway, well,
but I'm yelling timber. You could have been yelling timber.
Yeah, it's on Pitbull.
Hey!
There you go.
That is out of line. But yes. No, because the reason why it was so funny is because I walked to the front and Mina and Pablo were like, I mean, you look pretty good. That's not unexpected. So, yeah. That's one time it definitely happened.
And,
right here, across the street.
And Brian Alvarez, is this show a bootleg version of Mason Island?
No.
This is better.
No.
A bootleg version of Mason Ireland would be two younger white guys who are talking about things that they like.
Yeah,
we love Mason Ireland.
You're
it's
ripping
a completely
off
different situation.
Ripping off their segments. Yeah, we said that. We just said we're going to take a segment from every single show. Tomorrow, we're going to have cap or no cap or whatever those things are.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
It's going to take. Oh, man, I should not be moving my shoulder.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, you got to stabilize.
20 minutes ago, man. 20 minutes ago.
All right, so it's more Funchy is paying an homage to all the shows.
Okay, that's what we're using, homage?
Because you're going to take something from every show. So we might even do the Far Side next time.
Okay.
You know why? Because we don't need to go create our own bits.
Night show. I mean, we can create our own bits.
And also, when
I got plenty bits.
And also, ain't no other show going to have Kesha hitting on a romper man.
Right?
No, that's a real story. I told it back then. It was crazy.
Anyway, let's see. Did it happen to me? Nah. All right, move on.
Can I just say, I thought I had a shot at Ashley Banks one night.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second.
She was at a club in Hollywood, and I was
so I
there.
definitely don't believe
Yes,
that.
sir.
Wait.
Yes, sir.
Punch went to a club?
Yeah. Dude, I was in my 20s. I was out there, baby. I was out there.
Young Funch had a fro, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Young Funch had a fro. He was in the streets. Remember, we used to get off at midnight. Funch was in the streets.
Yeah,
bro.
I was in the streets.
On La Cienega?
Okay, hold on. Let's get back to the point here. You thought Ashley Banks was going to throw it at you?
Yes. I got some looks from her one night, and I was like, oh, okay.
No words were exchanged?
No words were exchanged. Just buffalo eye from her. Just looking at me.
Buffalo eye?
That's like saying I stood in the batter's box against Shohei Ohtani, but in reality, he just said, nope, intentional walk, didn't even throw a pitch.
Funch, what would you have said if she was to approach you?
I'm here. I'm here, Ashley Banks.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to kill Beto over here. This man's laughing and his shoulder is all jacked up.
I need to put my swing back on.
I was going to say, why'd you take that off?
Because you have to extend the elbow every now and then.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, we don't want you to hurt yourself.
Yeah, one more week in this thing.
All right, let's do one more.
I'm here. Quickly.
One more. Let's spin the wheel, see where we land at.
Hey, you better do the Laura.
This is the loudest roulette wheel I've ever heard in my life.
Come on, do it. Like Laura would do.
No, we're not going that far. We don't need to go that far.
Tell me what the boo would say right now. They ain't listening. What are you going to do, fire me again?
All right.
And it's time for Factor Cap.
We're going to do a Factor Cap. We're going to do a Factor.
Yeah. I love this fudge. Take their bits, bro.
Here we go.
It's like it's like a 3M. We don't make the original. We improve it.
Yeah, right. All
right,
we
so
we make a lot of the products you buy better.
Yeah,
that's
there
how
you
that
go.
goes.
Thanks, my friend.
Reports are that ATL is going to get the 2028 Super Bowl.
Oh.
Factor Cap, Outkast is the only group that will be accepted for halftime here in this arena. Yates.
I'm going to say Cap. I think this is a situation where you go to sort of a medley vibe. Remember what happened when it was in L.A. and Dre brought out Snoop. He brought out 50. He brought out M. They did the sort of whole death row vibe. I think if you're Atlanta, well, first of all, let's see who's still, let's just say a free person. By the time
I was going to say,
happens. That's a whole other matter. But I think you can get away with Atlanta's all-stars, if you will. So give me Luda, give me Outkast, if Jermaine Dupri is still around. You know
Money
what I'm
anything.
saying? Let's get some of that going. I think that's the way you do that for ATL. T.I. can make an appearance.
No.
Money, clothes, guys, and clothes.
But
You know,
if they got the
that's what I
reunion
do.
of Outcasts, that has to blow away everything.
If you're going to do that, they're
I don't
going to
know.
charge you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Outcast is. They're enough in the elder statesman phase here now that I think people would like to see it, but I don't think everybody's going to, it's not going to blow people's doors off the way that it might have, let's just say 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah, you're good. I agree. Move on.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right.
You guys.
Cap.
Right. Thank you for that. We're going to workshop that for next time.
Yes.
Do you have anything more? Are you sure?
No, move on.
Okay, I got one more. One more factor cap.
All right, let's go.
No, do the another game.
Oh, you want to do another one? Okay.
No, just do the factor cap.
Okay.
We'll figure it out later.
C.J. Abrams.
Yes.
The kid from the National. Was it the Nationals? That got,
Yes. Used to pay for the pods, now plays for the Nationals.
Stayed out all night partying at a casino till 8 a.m.
This is an insanely old story. Yes.
Yeah, got demoted. Blah, blah, blah. You have stayed out all night only to go to work the next day to be on TV or the radio.
100 times.
Just like that.
How did I got here?
100 times.
All facts. And if you haven't, I don't want to work with you.
If you can't do that,
Man,
you're not cut out for this
you
roster.
You guys are not like Travis and whoever or Mason Island. No, you guys are not boring old guys.
No, but I mean, I was also used to not be. Right, I used to be a younger man too, where you kind of had to do this, for lack of a better term, so you had something to talk about on the radio.
Look,
you know,
exactly. You got to live life. Mind you, it's also different. Would I do that now? No chance.
Oh, you crazy?
I can't go. I can't even drink wine on back-to-back nights. But Funch, you used to relieve me when I would work the shifts.
Yeah,
right?
I did.
You would go in at what time? Midnight?
Midnight, yeah.
Right? And then who was coming in at 7 in the morning? Or we would actually switch, right? Yeah. When we would work those horse racing shows with Mike Woman at 7 in the morning on Sunday, you'd think I had any kind of sleep. I was sleeping in the parking lot, bro, not to be late. Right? Like
you got to get here.
We've all done that. And there's those memes out there. Like, we used to go out partying all night long, go to work on 2 hours sleep and function and still go out the next night.
Bang a
for
Red
happy hour.
Bull and you're good.
Oh, yeah. Now the kids of this generation, I need a day because I'm soft.
These kids party hard though.
Nah,
it's
these
not the
kids,
same thing.
stop.
They're not outside the same way, and I don't begrudge them for that.
No.
It's safer,
Outside the
it's
same
smarter,
way.
and it's more
They're going
more healthy.
pumpkin spice latte, bro. We don't need
That's
all
fine
that.
by me. A healthier generation is better than whatever nonsense we were up to. You can't even keep your arm on your shoulder, for God's sake.
Because of what happened in my 20s, baby.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
If you weren't at Papa's and Beer on a Sunday night, coming back to work on a Monday to push the buttons, woo!
All right, coming up, final segment. We'll see what's going on for the rest of the week. Your destination for LA sports, Duran and Yates, ESPN 710 Los Angeles.
Hey guys, it's Cap. So you get this letter from the Department of Water and Power with two big bold words. Hi.
Hey, football fans, there is nothing sweeter than a cold glass of Stella Rosa and watching your team compete. But Stella Rosa wants to make it even sweeter and hook you up with the chance to win an experience to the biggest game of the college football season. You could win 2 tickets to the game, airfare, and a hotel for you and a friend. Head over to ESPNLADreamTicket.com to enter the Dream Ticket Sweepstakes presented by Stella Rosa, America's favorite semi-sweet, semi-sparkling wine. Please celebrate responsibly. Must be 21 or older to enter.
Ample amounts of experience from water damage restoration to general construction and plumbing that, when combined, allows them to master the art of leak detection. They do non-destructive leak detections, which means they're not going to open or damage the structure of your home. Their equipment is advanced enough to listen to the exposed surfaces and indicate where the leak is occurring. They are widely used by homeowners, property managers, and even realtors to inspect pressurized water systems to make sure they're intact and functioning with no leaks. Call Omer at the Waterboy Leak Detection today, 818-518-5055. Visit thewaterboyinc.com. That's the Waterboy Leak Detection at 818-518-5055. Talk to Omer. He's going to take good care of you at the Waterboy. Visit thewaterboyinc.com.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Play no-bust blackjack, poker, and more. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late-night dinners. Watch your favorite teams and catch up with friends on game days. Unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails at Ray's Lounge. Easy parking and access, Hollywood Park Casino. Located next door to the Forum and SoFi Stadium. Park, party, and play. Hollywood Park Casino. Elevate your game.
Must be 21 and older to enter. These are approved DOJ games. Geico 004527. Geico 003871.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Los Angeles, your Rams will host the Green Bay Packers right here at SoFi Stadium this Sunday, October 6th at 1 p.m. Come pack the Rams house to cheer on Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford, and the Rams as they go head-to-head against Josh Jacobs, Jaden Reed, and the Packers in this NFC West, NFC North showdown. Tickets are on sale now at therams.com/GB. Again, that is therams.com/GB. To watch your LA Rams face off against the Green Bay Packers this Sunday, October 6th at SoFi Stadium. See you at the Rams house.
Now wait a minute. Your destination for LA sports, Beto Duran, Clinton Yates. Final segment here. Beto, let us get an update on the MLB.
Well, first, shout out to Porky, who's driving around.
Nice.
Said, I want to listen to the show. Boom. David 100, we need more CY. Boom. Jay Guido's cleaning some shoes, saying boom.
The movement, it's happening.
It's happening. And you know what's going boom? The Padres, they went 4-0 over the Braves, and Game 1 winners have won 14 of the last 16 series. So they're 1-0 in the wild card. And Michael King dealing 12 strikeouts tonight in 7 innings of work.
Yeah, just to review what I was talking about in the first inning, I was so obsessed with the Padres that I completely forgot that was 2 years ago because they fell to the Diamondbacks the Dodgers did last year, which was even worse. So, yes, I am a little bit concerned about who the Dodgers face in the next round. That said, this is the only show of this type this week, you said, Beto?
Yeah. Let me turn on the microphone.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on, just today. Also, baseball updates. Tigers beat the Astros 3-1. Royals beat the Orioles 1-0. Mets 8, Brewers 4.
Okay, so do you have any thoughts on what's coming up for the rest of the week in terms of LA sports? We'll start with the Rams right here. Of course, the home of the Rams. They got the Packers on Sunday. What do you think?
No, because it's waiver wire for me today, and I got to figure out what the heck is going on with my fantasy team. But Rams, Packers are in LA. That's going to be a really hard ticket to get because the Packers fans travel because they're from all over the country. They're going to be good for that. So that's going to be a fun one. The Dodgers, it's going to be a good weekend in LA.
Yeah.
Packers, Rams at 1, 5 o'clock Dodgers. So the Dodger games are going to be 5:38 Saturday, 5 o'clock on Sunday.
I would be going to those games, except that I am going to a speaking engagement in lovely Iowa. Home of the Cyclones. Hold on, Funchy. Do you know what the home of the Cyclones is?
Iowa.
Wrong.
No,
D, do you know?
Nah.
Okay. See,
Is it in Ames?
It is in Ames. All right, you are closer. It is the Iowa State Cyclones of the Big 12. Okay. When I was at NABJ this summer, they have a new sports media program that they asked your boy, Television's Clinton Yates, to be the keynote speaker of for their first year of the program being officially there. So I'm going to go speak to some students, and I'm going to go to the football game. I had to put them on game. They were like, "Oh, do you want to go to the game?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh, we'll get tickets." I was like, "Tickets?" I was like, "Bro, that's a night game in Iowa." And they were like, "Well, what do you want to do?" I was like, "I'd like to sit in the press box." Hello. There's no chance I'm going to be sitting outside with people I don't know. And I'm being flippant here, but I was like, "Yeah, let's go on the field before the game, and then I'll go sit in the box just like every other game." And they were like, "Oh, that's a good idea." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely.
See,
that'd
DeAndre,
be great."
this is why you go to games with me.
That's how you do it, you know?
Because Clinton Yates is over here. In baseball, he's going to teach you how to keep score.
Listen.
DeAndre, you go with me in Iowa?
It's a college football game, dog.
Yeah,
I'm not keeping score in a college football game.
No.
What?
But he's going to be in the press box, stuffy.
Where it's warm is the operative word here,
DeAndre,
okay?
Where you and I going to be at? With the people. We're going to be tailgating.
Oh, please. Okay, listen. Ames, Iowa?
Oh, I'm partying with those people.
You've never been to Iowa.
Let me tell you.
Have you? Where?
One. I went to University of Iowa.
Really?
Yeah, once.
Doing what?
Baseball game. I was there. I went to see. I was in Iowa, and for one day, and I had a friend at the University of Iowa.
Okay, so that kind of doesn't count.
Yeah, so I saw a baseball game. I'm like, this is pretty. And I'm like, damn, you guys are drinkers out here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The only way that I'm going to be able to sit in the crowd for 4 quarters of football is if I'm hammered.
Yeah.
And if I'm there as the featured guest, that's not what I'm going to be doing because that's uncouth.
This is when you give the speech. Cool. All right, where are we going?
Nah, bro,
Local
that's not
bar.
how that's going to work. I will be
you.
sitting inside. And here's the other thing. The team is undefeated, so they might, they got a little shot.
Who are they playing?
I don't know.
Yeah. Don't matter.
I should probably figure that out.
Don't matter.
We also got USC at Minnesota coming up. Our Trojans here at home of the Trojans on 710 ESPN Los Angeles.
Yep.
I think that the Trojans have looked as good as I've seen this team in a long time, and that includes every single game they ever played with Caleb Williams. I'm serious about that. They finally look like, and this is my opinion going back to LSU, that game. They finally look like a team that kind of has it together in terms of what they know they've got to do to win and aren't just kind of freestyling under the rather the following the quarterback that is so good. You know what I'm saying? It finally seems like they got it together and they got a real squad and they actually know what they're doing.
Yeah, so USC, Minnesota be Saturday. You know, Miller Moss needs to clean it up. They need to get more protection for
A little
him.
bit, yeah.
But the thing about this, I was talking with my friend Paul yesterday, who's a big season ticket holder at USC, is the Big Ten, the new version of it. It's cool right now because, you know, you're going to go see Penn State in a couple of years. Penn State coming to the Coliseum. But the complaint right now from SC fans is all these freaking 12:30 games. Because SC fans are not used to 12:30 games. Now, 12:30 football is a Midwest thing.
It is.
Because it's cold at night.
Right.
It's an East Coast.
Iowa. Yeah.
Exactly. Like Michigan is always a 12:30 game, right?
Yeah.
No. On the West Coast, we need a 5 o'clock game. You know, a 7 o'clock game. We got things to do during the day. So tailgating at 8 in the morning is not normal for Southern California fans. Right. And I'm not making that up because I've never watched game day a time in my life.
Well, remember that time it came here like 3 years ago and nobody was there?
I have no desire to watch college football at 8 in the morning as a fan to like be out there. No. Because I want my football game to be at 5 o'clock. 12:30 is too early here on the West Coast.
So you
to
think
go
this is a real factor?
Absolutely. Because you see how late people are getting into the Coliseum.
Sure.
You see how late it's going on because we're not used to that out here.
Right.
SC games, when they used to be prime time, would be the 5 o'clock ABC games.
Good point.
And I get it now because it's on CBS, which is a whole other weird thing to see SC on CBS. I love Brad Nessler on the play-by-play, but it just feels like that belongs in the SEC, right? And mind you, that's minutia behind the
No, I get it.
But it's just 12:30 games on the West Coast are just weird for college football.
Definitely
that means
an adjustment.
When it's a 12:30 game, he's like, ooh, you're not good.
Definitely an adjustment, I would say, in terms of your watching patterns. But, I mean, I do think that USC has adjusted well. I mean, I think that's what it comes down to. Are you playing good football?
Well, that's the deal.
And they are playing good football even after losing a Heisman winner, you know, that was basically the identity of the program for a couple different seasons.
Yeah, but I'm busy though. I'm busy. And college football's cool. I probably won't even make a game this year. I want to see Penn State next week, but you know, I'm busy.
You got arms to heal.
Well, no, I mean this will be all right.
Are you going to Dodger Stadium at any point? You've mentioned that.
No, I can't.
You cannot?
I can't. I cannot because Sunday we have Lakers basketball.
Oh, that's right.
Friday preseason basketball gets going. Michael Funches, DeAndre's going to be helping out with us some of the nights of the broadcast. And this year, the preseason, the pregame, because, you know, I'm the new host of the pregame.
Yeah.
Oh, we're mixing it up. It's not just the Beto show. I'm bringing the whole, as Morales would say, Mishpuka. Is that the right word?
Mishpuka, yeah.
I'm bringing everybody. So if you go to a Laker game, you're on the pregame.
Okay.
All right. I'm bringing everybody in. So the first segment
like
is going to
that.
be, second segment, Michael Thompson's going to be with me. And we came up with the idea yesterday because the calls, for Laker fans, you got to get off your chest. So 30 minutes before the game, we're going to give two fans a chance to call in. You got 24 seconds to just go. So we're going to take calls.
Shot clock.
Yeah, we're going to take calls in the pregame. Just mix it up a little bit different. We're going to have some prize pick stuff going on. So we're going to have it's going to be a different vibe, a lot of energy.
I like that.
Getting after it. So if we see CY walking the building, hey, CY, I know Kesha's over there looking for you, but come right here and hang out with us. So that's what pregame gets going on Friday, man.
That's good, man. Well, I like the idea. First of all, congrats on being, pre, after, post. That's great. I love that very much because I know how much you like to interact with the listeners, and I know how much you've been around that franchise. So you have that wealth of knowledge to be able to.
It's a prestigious role, and I don't take it lightly, man.
That's good, man. What do you think? I mean, are you expecting to see anything, or is this just going to be roll out the balls for the Lakers?
Preseason, we ain't gonna see nothing. It's trying to figure it out.
I mean, you think you're going to see Bronny? Is my question.
We need more than 35 seconds.
Okay, that's fair. Anyway, I want to thank everybody.
Good
Fun
job,
Chief.
bro. I missed
This
you.
was fun. I missed
missed
you
you,
too.
man.
D, great job. Remember, make a sign for the marathon. That is important.
Oh, by the way, your
Beto,
VIP came
I hope
through.
your arm feels better. I'm Clinton Yates, the Big CY. Catch me on ESPN daily. You know how often that show comes out?
When?
Daily.
No way.
It's ESPN 7.